In the wrestling world, the people are represented by two separate but unequally important groups. The wrestlers and bookers, who literally do all the hard work, and the fans, who endlessly nitpick and overanalyze everything they do. These are their stories.
Hey! It's Warhorse, and you need to shut your mouth, open your eyes, and clean out your ears, because it's time to listen to the Raw and Order podcast. That's right, they're bringing you the best in all that meaty podcasty goodness in one, what is it, an hour? Two? Who cares? Who gives a shit? You need to listen to it right now, or else Warhorse is gonna, I don't know, roll your ass!
Welcome to another episode of Raw and Order, the wrestling booking unit, the only wrestling podcast on the planet that just knocked over one of his lights behind him and so is really confused. I am your host, Detective Mark Smarks, and I am joined, as always, by my partners in crime fighting. Starting off, District Attorney Vincent K. Fabe, who's apparently in here with audio only right now. What's going on, man? How are you?
I put up Christmas decorations today, so I'm the bad guy that gets yelled at. Well, the people who are like, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. I don't know.
But it's not Thanksgiving yet.
It isn't. You're right. However, it is after Halloween, and I was kind enough to wait till then. There was one year I left my Christmas tree up all year.
Well, that's just...
It was laziness, yeah.
That's just good sense. I actually...
Are you okay there, guy?
I knocked over my light.
Also joining us on video is our RCMP JLB. What's going on?
That is
man?
right.
How
Light
are
fixed.
you?
It goes on. I am good. It is after my Thanksgiving, though, so you are still a bit early. And I hope to God, you know what? I'll let it go. I'll let it slide. If you didn't play Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You."
So
I swear to
the
God,
person that helped me, that shall remain titleless for a while. That's her favorite
I don't know who you
Christmas
are.
song.
Oh my God, the Mariah Carey one.
Yeah. So I got a little of that, but then I switched it up and I changed it to like a little bit of Lindsey Sterling. A little bit of Pentatonics, did the whole Statler Brothers album, Statler Brothers Christmas Card. That was my parents' favorite album, so this was a big thing for my family.
Is that the parody Christmas thing? No,
the Statler Brothers is like country western.
Okay.
And they're a lot of fun, and there's a couple tearjerker songs in there. When your parents both passed in the same year, and this will be the second Christmas without them. So. But that's neither here nor there. There's no reason to cry. I'm not crying. You're crying.
One, that's certainly a way to start off
smart.
the show.
You smart.
Warhorse.
It's legit.
Yeah, it's legit, though. It's legit.
That's one that does not do it for me. I am not a big fan about Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You."
Yeah, I have to be honest. I really don't care. I spent way too much of my life working as a DJ for a top 40 radio station, and when you're especially when you're a part-time DJ, not one of the full-timers, guess who gets to work on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day?
Ooh, and that particular station is 24 hours or 48 hours of Christmas.
That particular radio station, 24-hour songs of the season.
Oh boy.
Christmas nonstop, no commercials. It was just like you'd come in and it was just a page after page after page of song. Here's where the CD is. Here's the song. Here's where the CD is.
So you were in CD era. You weren't in.
It was CD era. I was there when they switched over to digital, but it still was pre-programmed out, and you still had a printout that you had to follow.
Well, you had to sit there in case the digital went down.
Well, the digital still required manual switching because the crossfading between them you still had to do yourself, and you still had to get on and talk. Even though it was 24 hours, you still had to get on and be like, Blah, blah, blah radio station, 24 hours, sounds of the season continues. You just heard Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. And coming up next, we've got David Bowie and Bing Crosby, Little Drummer Boy.
And then Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You.
No,
Again,
we would then
again,
do
again.
something like Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, and then we would probably later do a different version of Little Drummer Boy, maybe the Newsboys' Little Drummer Boy. But so I would do an 8-hour shift of that every year for 10 years. I can do it all, whatever.
You also would get in an argument with your friend.
Well, that wasn't during
Future
the sounds of the season. That
No.
was
was a
just
random
during regular
night.
nights. So
whether or not Phenomena belongs on.
It 100% does. Here's a fun trivia about Menomina, right? That was not written by or originally performed at all for the Muppets. It was not a Muppet original, right? Do you know where Menomina started?
Where?
The original song Menomina, originally composed by Italian composer Piero Umiliani, originally appeared in the Italian film Sweden, Heaven and Hell. Sweden, Heaven and Hell came out in 1968, and it is what's best described as a softcore porn.
Oh my god.
The
The Menomina is which song?
The Menomina song started off
in
an Italian Mondo film.
Menomina.
And so to me, I just have this like back of my head canon that Jim Henson one night was, watching his imported Italian softcore porn and just had a light bulb moment. I need to make Muppets to this.
I was just trying to remember the song. Okay. That's a weird. Now I kind of want to watch the softcore porn to kind of see how the fuck that went, because I only know this from the Muppets, obviously.
Do a review of it on your podcast.
Oh my god.
We have a shout out by Big JC65.
Say my
I
name,
was
say
the
my
guilty
name.
party that said, "Oh, we're gonna spell it out for you."
Say my
In honor of
say my name, say my name.
That's not where I went. My thought process was immediately to Deadpool. Oh, we're gonna spill it out for you.
So, before we get into all of our topics, yeah, again, 10 years at a radio station, I immediately go to. We're gonna, before we get into our regular topics, we're gonna talk about how Detective Mark Smarks has a problem. I have a problem, right?
You bought more?
Talked about it on the last 2 weeks. I have a problem. This one, I got two new figures this week. No, I got 2 new figures this week.
I feel like that might be like.
One of them was on clearance for $9. This one,
Mr. T.
Ultimate Edition Mr. T.
There you go.
Which was only $9.
I pity the fool.
And then this one, 100% should have been on clearance for $9, but it was not. Look at this box. Look at this.
What the fuck? Yeah.
But do you know what it is?
Oh, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be of an action figure
with the IC belt.
Oh wow, yeah, nice.
And
Which,
so because
who recalls who he beat for that?
Well, is this an HBK one? I guess I don't remember.
No, this is one Mr. Perfect.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Perfect, and he was the first person ever to kick out of the Perfect Plex.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Speaking of Mr. Perfect, there was a video went around on Twitter this week of Mr. Perfect. That was about how he was pure perfection. He's in the ring walking. He's got his towel. He wipes his face and he throws it across the ring, and it lands perfectly on the shoulders of his valet at the time.
Stop! Really?
It's absolutely perfectly. It's insane.
Now, the great part about that is because he was the heel. If it doesn't land and she doesn't catch it,
Well, and this
Or
was
the
a
valet
he.
is.
Yeah.
he can be like, "You're not perfect."
But I don't have to feel guilty at all about letting this particular action figure breathe because that
Box is trash.
box
But,
is trashed.
So
Trash.
of all the Misters, I feel like Mr. Perfect's the most bestest.
Most bestest.
Yes.
Well, he is the perfect one.
I think he's more wonderful than Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
I mean, I did love me some Wonderful, but let's be
They're also
honest.
two different eras. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, they overlapped, but Mr. Wonderful really is more like Paul Orndorff's more like the 80s.
Yeah, and that's the deal. My era. By the time I came around and watched a ton, Mr.
Perfect.
Wonderful was
On his way
basically.
out.
Well, he was just announce table and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I remember him as an old washed up guy still wrestling.
And I don't recall ever watching a match with Paul Orndorff. So not that wonderful in my lifetime. But that's just
If you
'cause of
watched
that
WCW in the
dynamic.
90s, I'm sure you saw him.
Snap, I did. But like
You'd
96
been like 6 or 7.
on. Yeah, that's
Yo,
nice.
and then now.
I mean, would have been kind of cool if the glasses weren't painted on, but you know.
oh, glasses. What the glasses painted on? Would you say?
Oh, nice. Okay, perfect.
You can take them off and put them on your child if you want.
If your child is absolutely
That size.
tiny. Good.
Yeah.
He's got other hands, but I dropped the package on the floor and I'm not gonna pick it up.
Jesus. Clumsy McGee today, huh? Dropping
Yeah.
lights.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna give you a little picture behind the scene. I've got a lot of shit on my desk, and so I went to set it on top and it fell on the floor.
I feel like you need more office space.
I do.
More studio space.
Well,
like if you won the lottery.
Like if I won the lottery. Now it would also help if I didn't just set up a table in my little tiny office to add my TV so I can stream myself playing a video game that has nothing to do with wrestling. That takes up a lot of space. But no, to get to what Mr. Fabe was getting to, we were talking before we went on the air about the Powerball that is going on right now in the United States. 48 states participate in the Powerball. And the prize is now up to an annuity of $1.9 million. Billion, excuse me. 1.9 billion, yes. Billion with a B. And we were talking prior to going on air of what we would do with the money.
as a podcast group.
As a podcast group.
Obviously, individually, we're all going to do different things.
Yep.
But as a
As a
podcast
podcast group, what would we do?
I think the
And-
consensus is all of us have really great tech for this. In fact, I would probably be able to get actual glass taken to my house.
Yep. Well, yeah, for somewhere under $1.9 billion, I'm sure someone would put fiber to your house, yes.
Well, considering it's a quarter mile, like I'm sure I can do that for less than $1 million.
Mm-hmm. It's all about the Benjamins.
Why would you put
baby.
fiberglass?
Not fiberglass,
Oh.
fiber.
Oh, fiber.
Fiber
oh,
optic.
okay.
Fiber optic.
That's fair.
Which
Yeah,
is called
I mean-
glass.
That
Say
would
something
probably
called glass or fiber.
Right. No, but that would technically because technically you're gonna have to put up a tower, essentially. That's gonna cost you a pretty penny, maybe $1 million.
A tower.
Might be-
Fiber
There's
doesn't
fiber.
use a tower.
There's a fiber line half a mile away. All they have to do is dig under the road and shut down the road for 3 days.
Oh.
Yeah. Fiber goes underground usually.
No, but that's what I mean. I mean, whatever the main portal of where you would. But if it's only a quarter mile away, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that far. They just didn't want to. They didn't want to dig under a particular road to get to me. Like,
But I'm pretty sure
everywhere else on my mile, my square mile, has glass on it, except for me and one other house that are on my square mile. Everybody else is outside that square mile, so they can get it from other places, but they won't cross the road either direction.
Damn.
So I think this is funny. This particular Mr. T figure has a necklace on him that's
really
loose.
short.
But he also comes with his giant neck full of necklaces.
I pity the fool who don't wear the neck full of necklaces.
And I just think it's funny that they're like, well, let's give him 2 different versions. The little one and the big one. I wonder, can you put them both on at the same time?
Probably could. Probably looks really stupid. But
I think you'd have to have the little one on top of the big one to make it
Yeah,
look right.
I think that's what you have to do. Because try to put the little one underneath, you A, can't see it, and B, it just kind of makes the big one stand out funny.
But did he not wrestle with a smaller necklace on? He took off all the other necklaces and he had like a smaller one?
I'm sure
Was
he
that not a
probably
thing?
did.
Okay. That's
I mean,
probably
he only
what-
wrestled like twice. so-
twice. Yeah.
I think it is very kind of us to call what he did wrestling too.
Yeah. Let's just say that of celebrity matches, he does not rank up there with Logan Paul,
Well,
which
no.
we'll get into. But
Yes, we will get into Crown Jewel. The
so,
show I did
Smarks,
not
you
watch.
would get an RV and travel the world watching wrestling.
I think that would be high on my list. Yes.
We know for sure that Elimination Chamber, potentially Royal Rumble, we would all attend together. We would come to you live from probably WrestleMania,
Yeah.
regardless of who won.
With drones on top of that. We'd have drones filming us too because fuck it. We have he has a lot of money.
I'm going to bet that WWE will not release that airspace to us.
Probably a fact. Especially
Well,
for
yeah,
WrestleMania.
but I would also go on the record and say I would bet with the right amount of money behind it, WWE would give us about as much access as we could ask for. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could get press access. We could have
Well, we would have
exclusive
everything,
interviews.
meet and greets and all that, and
Yeah. Our viewership would double, which right
Yeah.
now would take us from 3 to 6.
6. Straight up. However,
And on
we'd
our
have
best
so
days
many
would
more
take us
wrestlers
like
on our
20.
intro. We'd have so many wrestlers more on our intro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, we'd never have duplicates. We'd probably still use the Warhorse one every so often because Warhorse is just a true.
Because we don't want our ass
And-
ruled.
We don't want our ass rolled either. That's.
We'll have Warhorse kind of live weekly for us.
I'm down with that.
Yes.
I'm betting
Yeah, we're going live to our correspondent.
Diesel every Sunday night. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'll be there." Hey, it's Warhorse.
Send him like, Warhorse, we'll give you $200, bro. Just do this live for us.
Be like, "Can I do it via Cameo?" I said, "No, live."
No, live.
But
Or we could always do the business cameos and get any wrestler we want to. But business cameos are fucking expensive too, actually.
Yeah. Well, again, $1.9 billion. I put it all on black.
Malachi.
Black. Bam. Yes, sir. So, were you starting off with Crown Jewel?
Well,
you
no,
got?
we're gonna go chronologically. We really didn't get a chance to talk much about Raw, and then we didn't get a chance to talk about any AEW yet. So we're gonna get through that stuff. We'll do WWE and get to Crown Jewel, and then we'll do AEW. So on Raw, of course, all of this was building up to the go home show for Crown Jewel. SmackDown, not so much. I mean, it still was. They still, built stuff up for Crown Jewel. But you have to remember, SmackDown...
kids weren't there.
Well, it's pre-recorded, too,
It was pre-recorded, and so they had to kind of go around stuff because everyone had to fucking fly 18 hours to Saudi Arabia. And I think they were there by Wednesday. Wednesday or Thursday.
Well, Trips definitely was.
Oh, they had a whole press conference. They had
on Friday and all that, yeah.
Yeah, all of that stuff. So yeah, Thursday at least. Anyways, you had Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley brawling a bunch. Building up to their match. Interesting stuff with their match. We'll talk about when we get there. Roman Reigns gave his final warning to Logan Paul. Building up that. They had Bianca Belair versus Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross now officially back in her crazy Nikki.
That's fantastic.
Gimmick. Yeah. I'm very happy that she's back. She's way better at that. I didn't hate the Nikki ASH. They just didn't have a plan for it. It really reeked of Vince Russo. What's next? I don't know.
Never win the title. Then what?
I don't know. You had Seth Rollins defeat Austin Theory. Carl Anderson defeated Damian Priest. This is setting up to their match that would go on at Crown Jewel. Afterwards, Rhea Ripley came in and hit Luke Gallows in the face. Hit Luke Gallows with the low blow, all of that stuff. Baron Corbin beat down R-Truth.
Did you see Rhea Ripley's post this week? Paying homage to the late Beth Phoenix. Rest in peace. Oh, fuck. She's a savage troll, man.
But Baron Corbin beat R-Truth. Now, in a side note, R-Truth later wrestled on NXT Tuesday night and got injured on a suicide dive. Landed funny. And so best wishes to R-Truth. Hopefully he didn't tear an ACL or something like that could take him out for a while. But we had Matt Riddle defeating Otis by pinfall in the pumpkin on a head match. It's what happens every year.
Right.
Mustafa Ali defeated The Miz. Johnny Gargano finally blew the whistle on The Miz, playing audio of The Miz suggesting that he was paying Dexter Lumis to be the stalker. And then he explained how he thinks Lumis's attack on Miz were all premeditated until Miz stopped paying. At which point, he was being stalked for real. And then, in the big thing, Alexa Bliss and Asuka defeated Io Sky and Dakota Kai to win the women's tag championships. So they won them on Monday.
Without even the match being really announced. It was just kind of like, hey, we're gonna challenge you, and they won. I was like, oh,
we're gonna have a match and then we win, right? On Monday. Yes. Monday.
Keyword on Monday. They won.
Then on SmackDown, we had stuff that wasn't really setting up for Crown Jewel. Some of it was, but there was a lot of it that was just kind of like, Liv Morgan defeating Sonya Deville in a no disqualification match. It had no play into Crown Jewel. Liv Morgan and Sonya Deville didn't travel. They did an interview with Emma about her return. LA Knight defeated Ricochet. Again, not going into Crown Jewel. Wyatt had a backstage interview where he yelled at a guy backstage for interrupting him. He says, I just hate it when I get interrupted. And then someone walks in behind him, and I'm like, oh, here it goes. Bloodline versus Brawling Brutes and New Day, where the Bloodline, aka the Usos, were able to get a win. I think Sammy was involved too. Shayna Baszler with Ronda Rousey defeated Natalya. Braun Strowman hit MVP with 3 power slams. And Legado del Fantasma talked about how great they are. Also,
I'll show you how great I am.
Also, you had Gunther and Mysterio both have a great match for the IC, but Gunther maintained and won. So really very little. Aside from the Usos, that was really the only, I guess Strowman and Omos thing with MVP was also setting up for Crown Jewel. But that was it. The rest of it was not Crown Jewel related. Then on Saturday, yesterday, as we're recording this right now, at Crown Jewel, it started off, I believe this is in order, it might not be, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, where this is what I wanted to kind of talk about, because it was really interesting to me. Bobby Lashley beat the snot out of Brock Lesnar for almost the entire match.
Right.
And then at the end, Bobby Lashley locked in the Hurt Lock, and Brock Lesnar used the ropes to kick off and land on top of Bobby Lashley and get the pin. So afterwards, Bobby Lashley beat up Lesnar until he was unconscious again.
Right. Which is setting up, obviously, a rematch.
A rubber match.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
But then,
but it also, to me, just kind of reeked of, I'll let Bobby Lashley beat me up, but I get the win, okay?
I don't think that's
still
what it was.
get the win.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it was at all.
I don't know. It just felt like that to me, but again, I didn't watch it. I just read about it later and watched some highlights afterwards. So, then here's the one I wanted to get to: Women's Tag Team Championships, the rematch, Damage Control challenging Alexa Bliss and Asuka, and Damage Control wins them back. So why did you even give them to Alexa and Asuka?
Well, I mean, and
suspension of disbelief.
No, but I mean, it made no sense, because then I'm like, okay, they won them. Now we're gonna get Bianca losing. But that was the tag match was literally the only championship that changed hands that night. And so for me, it was completely stupid. What was the point?
Well, I think you landed on the point there. I think the point was they were like, oh shit, we're not going to have any of the titles change hands. Let's make it so one of the titles change hands. Well, how do you do that? Well, we have it change hands earlier in the week, so that then changes back to the people we want it to be on.
I don't know. I'm a fan of titles moving.
I'm a fan of titles moving sometimes, but it's just one of these 1 week. No, you didn't even give them a full week. And it was just an immediate rematch. It wasn't even like a program.
Yeah, you weren't really building anything. That's the whole thing.
First Blood, Kane, Stone Cold.
I'm just saying it wasn't a program. It was
one of 2 times Kane held the title. It's not a bad move.
I don't agree with it.
I'm pretty sure we would have been pissed with Kane losing it like the next day.
This didn't build Alexa Bliss and Asuka.
Kane literally lost it the next day.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we would have been pissed with that.
I would have been pissed at that point. I wasn't watching WWE much at that point because there's a WCW mark.
Mark.
But my thing is, this didn't build Alexa and Asuka. It didn't build them up. And unless they have it bounce back to them next week, it doesn't build them at all.
Right.
Then you have Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross in a steel cage match. Apparently, Drew McIntyre wrestled this while suffering from the flu.
Oh wow.
He'd been out sick throughout the entire week with the flu, but he was not about to miss his match at Crown Jewel.
I felt like that was a little anticlimactic of the two.
Yeah,
It was a better match than the strap match.
it's a cage escape. This is why I hate the cage escape as a win thing for these. Cages are all about putting them together, no escape. They can't I would much prefer a cage escape as a disqualification. You lose. That's you forfeiting. Because you ran away from the other person. I don't know. Cage escapes always feel unfulfilling to me because it wasn't someone actually beating the other person.
Well, and the whole thing was, if you're in a freaking cage, the whole point of being in a cage is so that what's-her-face cannot get involved. However, of course, she still got involved, pepper spraying her way through life again, because, that's what Scarlett does. And I hope this is the end of this stupid feud, because I am done. Not Braun. McIntyre winning. I guess good guy wins. But no, now it's 1-1, right? So I feel like we're going to get another freaking match. And I'm fed up. I don't care. I don't care about this storyline. I want Cross to move on. Cross needs something better because this dude is losing momentum completely. The only thing he has going for him is his intro. His entrance, rather, not his intro. His entrance. His entrance is spot on, but
it's almost like they should have had Karrion Kross do a bunch of squash matches to build himself up instead of immediately putting him in to a feud with one of your top guys.
You're going the squash match route? I don't know. I don't think squash matches would have helped this scenario. I just think him and Drew aren't compatible working with each other. I don't think they have good chemistry. They're both great wrestlers, but they're ultimately freaking boring wrestling.
I think their chemistry is fine. I just think in the end, we want more out of both of them. We go into this and we really don't want either of them to lose. And unfortunately, when you put them against each other, one of them has to lose. So
yeah, I don't know about that. I mean,
you don't know that one of them has to lose. I guess we should go over the
rules of how a match works.
Wrestling works.
How wrestling works.
So
no, but I mean, just like, yeah. But essentially, I don't know. I just the whole buildup of this storyline between him and Drew was just silly because you had it kind of swerve from him trying to go against Roman, right? Showing the what is it? The quicksand hourglass there, and then have Drew then come get involved. Well, the hourglass, excuse me. And it was just, I think it's just how it was built. It wasn't built great. So therefore it made everything else seem very mediocre. And ultimately this is what we have. Because I wasn't a fan of the strap match. We did talk about the strap match potentially being the possibly where it was situated on the card. Perhaps is why it wasn't as good as it could have been. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan, and I don't think I am alone in this one.
Not built well could be the title of my autobiography.
Hey, that's fair.
Oh,
fair
I realize I need to put
thousands of comedians out of work, and you're sitting here trying to take their job.
I too am out of work. I'm not. I have a job, but anyways. Moving on. The OC,
there
I was like,
now.
what?
I am off work. The OC with AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows versus the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio. The most important and interesting thing with this match, I actually have to say, is almost nothing with the match itself. It has to do with the fact that they openly, on commentary acknowledged Bullet Club multiple times. That Finn Balor was the founder of Bullet Club. That Finn Balor was the original leader of Bullet Club. Not the club, not Balor Club, Bullet Club. And that Carl Anderson was in Bullet Club with Finn Balor, and AJ Styles eventually took over as leader of Bullet Club. And that's interesting that they're full on.
Maybe they got the rights to it.
They didn't get the rights to it. That's New Japan's.
Maybe it's not New Japan's anything in the States. That's very possible.
100% is New Japan's in the States. It's New Japan's biggest selling T-shirt worldwide. It's their NWO. Do you think Do you think New Japan can just make NWO shirts over in Japan? No. WWE got the trademark for it over there as well. Bullet Club has it over here. It's why there were Bullet Club T-shirts in Hot Topic.
Okay, fair point.
It's their golden goose, and there's no way.
I never really expected you for a mesh shirt kind of guy, but apparently you shop at Hot Topic.
Well, I mean, I used to. Outgrew their sizes.
Yeah, that's legit. I did that at JCPenney when I was fucking 12.
No, but don't they have like triple XL or something?
I've never seen that big at Hot Topic. Maybe online.
Maybe at a Rick and Morty shirt.
We'll go to hottopic.com. We're just gonna find out. Let's see. I'm gonna do it.
No, but I meant in like terms of WWE actual T-shirts.
I'm looking.
They
at
have
t-shirts. I'm looking at T-shirts here.
The WWE shirts.
WWE.
No, I don't want to spin your spin to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Your spin to win proudly presents to you.
Here, I'll click on
It's
CMLL
T-shirt champions of the world.
Triple XL is gonna be there because they know Americans have gotten bigger over the years, especially after COVID.
Let's see here.
Especially after Five Guys got so big everywhere.
Oh, that's facts too.
Love that
That's
place.
fun.
You ever had Five Guys there, JLB?
We have one. We actually have one in Quebec, surprisingly.
Impressive.
I mean, it's what's great is, do you guys have? You guys don't actually have the poutine there, though, do you? That's specifically just probably a Quebec thing.
They don't put gravy on their bag of French fries.
Damn.
Here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, granted, it's not even that great technically from Five Guys, but you know.
Oh, I'm sure it's not the best poutine.
Right.
Their fries aren't great. There's just gobs of them. Their burgers, on the other hand,
Right.
Let's see.
Burgers are pretty decent.
I'll click the AEW.
Pretty disgusting, but pretty decent.
So the
That's why you eat 'em.
AEW Super Click T-shirt that Hot Topic has, max it out at XL. Now keep in mind, this is probably made by Pro Wrestling Tees, right? Which you can get
at Pro Wrestling Tees.
at Pro Wrestling Tees
Probably
in
for
up to
afterwards.
like 5XL, right? Here, we're gonna do this AEW CM Punk. That one you can get in 3XL. So I could get the best in the world CM Punk one.
And then you can do your Pooh Bear. Tell me.
I could Pooh Bear in it, yeah. But most of the time, though, Hot Topic, because Hot Topic's for skinny goth and punks.
Yeah.
Anyways, but I just wanted to point out how much they talked about Bullet Club. It's very interesting. It means that this Carl Anderson back and forth thing is probably part of a negotiation between WWE and New Japan.
I thought they were stripping him of it.
They were going to, and then both he said, "Nope, you can't strip me of it. I'll defend it where and when I want." And then his opponent for the match that was supposed to take place that day, said, "Nah, it's Hikuleo." Said, "I'll wrestle him whenever. I want to change to that belt. I want to win that belt from him." So they made an agreement to not strip him of the belt, but with the plan for him to still defend it against Hikuleo soon. So that's why I think there's still a negotiation going on. And I think one of the things, part of the negotiation was WWE being allowed to, and maybe being encouraged by New Japan to say the name Bullet Club multiple times.
Could be.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's valid. That makes sense
That they're
too.
like, okay, well, we will let you away and let you do all this stuff, but you have to say Bullet Club a few times. You have to give us lip service. Judgment Day ended up winning. Braun Strowman versus Omos, which was indeed big meaty men slapping meat. Put on what many are calling maybe the best Braun Strowman match of his career.
Well, he certainly thinks so with his Twitter rant.
5-star review, apparently.
I don't know
From
if it got
who,
to
though?
5 full stars because Dave Meltzer's aren't out yet. So whoever gave it, CBS Sports
Yeah,
gave
that's
it a
what
B+.
he's saying.
He said a 5-star, but he was on the flight back and he's trolling people because he just wanted a reaction, and he got it. He got it from lots of people, but my favorite reaction that he got was Mustafa Ali said, "Can you teach me how to get fired by WWE?"
Facts.
It was good.
That one was the best. Will Ospreay actually had a really, really good response to it. He didn't get super defensive and he didn't like call him a wanker. I want to find it because where's his? Oh, not Instagram. I wanted Twitter. There we go. Because, let's find it. So, Braun Strowman tweeted, "Holy hell, at Omos, and can you believe we got 47 stars?"
47 5-stars.
Well, yes, there are indeed 5 stars, but he didn't put 47 5-star apostrophe S's, right? And so I think he's just more meaning 47 stars. But anyways, and reminded the people that no one cares about all these flippy floppers. Giants and monsters greater than flippy flipper bag your grocery at Kroger's. First of all, I have issue with him bringing Kroger's into this, right? Kroger did nothing wrong. Anyways. But Will Ospreay responded, said, "Why are you so mad about making money? It's dead funny that you actually done such a great job and yet you're mad at other people that do the same job as you. Relax, my guy. Just say you really enjoyed showing super heavyweight wrestling." I thought that was a very measured and well written response, because Will Ospreay sometimes would be like, "What? Piss off, wanker! I do more better matches or whatever," you know.
Right.
But it was reportedly a really good match. So, Usos beat the Brawling Brutes to maintain the undisputed championship, tag champions. Bianca Belair versus Bayley in a last woman standing match. Bianca Belair.
I thought this was the title change. I really did.
Yeah, that's it's another one of those. Like, I don't understand why they're not pulling the trigger, you know? Because you have to build up Bayley, and she's the heel. She can cheat to win, right? It's the last woman standing match. This is the perfect time to have Bayley push over the announce table on top of Bianca. so she can't stand
Have
up.
the women who've just lost their tag titles come out and help.
Mm-hmm. Or the women who just won their tag titles come out and help, because this is after
Just won their tag
you
titles.
know. But yeah, that's the deal.
But no, I mean, leave the titles off of them, and then there's a reason for Damage Control to go batshit.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff.
All 3 sets of titles on the line in the cage.
That there was a spot where Bianca Belair drove a golf cart with Bayley on top of it. You bring that back into it and have Bayley push the golf cart over on top of Bianca, or build a little ramp sort of thing so that it looks like Bayley drives the golf cart up on top of Bianca or whatever. I mean, this is when you can do it. Last woman standing matches, yeah, any of these anything go matches, no rules matches should always favor the heel. That's the psychology of them. The heels can cheat always, and now they can cheat with impunity because they can't even get caught cheating. They just do it. So, anyways. And then the final match of the night, of course, Roman Reigns, the champion, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, in flank, thanks for following, versus Logan Paul in his 3rd match ever.
In wrestling.
Well, but I ate my words at a previous match about and like Logan Paul is the best fighter of all time. I'm not gonna go that far, but he's probably the best celebrity rookie we've ever seen. It was rigged.
It was rigged.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's professional wrestling. Of course it's rigged. It's I'm sorry. Did I just break the illusion for you? The real no IQ? If you're talking about the Jake Paul fight, that's a different argument altogether.
Yeah, that's facts.
But the Logan Paul fight is professional wrestling, and it's rigged from the beginning. It's like it's all scripted, man. It ain't real. The Jake Paul fight, to go on a side tangent, the Jake Paul fight was set up. It was a boxer versus a retired MMA fighter. Those are always going to be lopsided, leaned towards the boxer, right? Period. Whoa. Well, thanks a lot, Big JC. Anderson Silva was in his prime in this fight. No, he wasn't. If you think Anderson Silva was in his prime in this fight, you didn't watch Anderson Silva in his prime. But I'm not saying that Jake Paul didn't win the match.
They're trolling you, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to talk about it, right? Jake Paul won the match. He won the match.
Things we also know, Anderson Silva could still kick all of our asses probably at the same time.
Yeah.
As could probably Jake Paul.
Jake Paul probably could. I ain't going to front on that. This was a match that was set up to favor Jake Paul from the beginning, right? And it worked in his favor. It did what it was supposed to. Thanks. RoboCop shirt is from Pro Wrestling Tees Pro Wrestling
bundle
crate last month. And you're the second person to have said something about it today. I was at Target.
I was gonna say, hold up, man. I said something about it when you got it.
Yeah, today. I was at Target today, and total stranger walked up and said, "Where'd you get that shirt?" I'm
a horrible host. I didn't even notice it.
And I'm like, oh, no, Pro Wrestling Tees, Pro Wrestling Crate in October. So you got Sting, I gotta point to the right one. Sting versus RoboCop, cool, which is a remake of the Capital Combat from 1990 when RoboCop appeared and bent the bars to get Sting out of the cage and then gave him the thumbs up. as he left.
That shirt is
RoboCop
better than that
movie?
entire match.
Yeah, it probably is. I don't know. As a kid, it blew my mind, but in reality. But anyways, no. The thing is, back to wrestling though. This was a
Are you
really
getting it
good
this
match.
year, by the way? Are you getting it this month as well?
Yep, I'm gonna get it this month.
Okay.
This month is oh, I gotta pull it up because my daughter took the card out of here. This month's Pro Wrestling Crate. The November crate. It's do they even have a title for it? I don't know. It's features
Well, I mean, you
the
should
acclaimed.
know it technically.
They
Okay, the
usually
acclaimed.
give the title and then
Okay.
some of the people that are in it. Inflink, at the moment I don't have my collection up on Insta, but I really should. So maybe tomorrow after I get off work, I'll start putting them all up there. I'm adding to it every day. You missed earlier on when I got my Bret Hart and I got my Mr. T.
A pity the fool who don't love that.
And then I've actually got a Britt Baker and a Cody Rhodes Supreme Editions back there that I haven't opened yet in the box. That I'm still debating on whether to have them breathe or not. Anyways, Pro Wrestling Crate for November. They don't have a subject like this. October one was called Masks and Paint. It was all about people who either wore masks or had face paint. Hence the sting on it.
And RoboCop because he has a mask.
Yeah, the other shirt was Mankind because you get two shirts in it. It also came with a Danhausen little minifigure. No, we are not twins.
If
not
we
even
are
related.
If we are, I'm Arnold.
Yes,
I'm 6'4".
He is almost a foot taller than me, and not even from this. We're from different areas.
I mean,
anyways.
I'm sure we both have Scandinavian descent.
Yeah, I'm sure there's. I mean, if you go back far enough, we're all probably related somewhere. I mean, if you're a believer, then you're definitely all related somewhere. Anyways, this month's crate, the Acclaimed, Jon Moxley, Scott Hall, Joey Janela, Jeff Jarrett, Kenny Omega, Evil Uno, the Young Bucks, and One Man Gang are all going to be in it at some point. So it's going to be interesting to see what are going to be the shirts. If I were to bet money, because I think it's covered back here behind me. Up there is my
Did you get
Warlord.
Danhausen, not Bubblehead.
Funko? No.
Funko Pop. Who's that?
That's the one that's right by it. There.
That one right there. Yes.
That's a Dude Love.
Oh wow. It's got a really white face.
Yeah. But anyways, so if I were to bet money, I would say One Man Gang is probably going to be the autograph. I would love for any of the other ones to be the autograph, but anyways.
DFA, so the answer to the questions here,
Yeah.
the better looking one is obviously Smarks. He is married, and I am divorced, and my wife left me for better looking people, apparently.
First question, favorite wrestler growing up? For me, it was Sting. This guy. That's why I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different Sting figures back there, including the one that's got the 6 figures, 6 different faces of Sting.
My favorite wrestler growing up was Diesel and HBK.
3 different Stings back there in the Funkos. So, I will work on getting my figures up on Instagram, so we'll work on that. Links are going to be, we're going to talk about it, but here. We'll put the link tree.
The next question, next remark, Mark has a better beard. He has a bushier beard because he doesn't have to groom his for his career as much as I do. Mine has the
Yeah,
beautiful
that's a
gray,
fair
though.
point.
I have the gray, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, Gray's coming in there for me a bit.
You got to work on it, bud. You old fucker.
I'm saying
Anyway,
it's coming in a little bit here and there. It's just my lighting hides it better because
you need a more stressful job. That's what you need.
Yeah.
It is not, in fact, her loss, except for the fact that she walked away from a guy who makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's on her.
It's her loss. Yep.
And I'm going to win the lottery. I'm just saying.
I'm not beating myself up about the Arnold comment because I mean it's true.
You are shorter than me.
He towers over me, man. Ain't no doubt about that. No worries there.
In regards to your last comment, let's get them a ring. We do have a match scheduled. Unfortunately, it has not happened yet. When we reached the 50 subscribers, 50 followers, sorry, not subscribers, we agreed that if we did that before October 1st, that we would have a bra and panties match. And so we're both going to wear dresses and leave our beards exactly where they are. And it will probably result in somebody being chokeslammed because that's a move we can easily do without anybody getting hurt.
Yes, most likely.
Yep.
But so yes. Anyways,
probably on a trampoline, to be honest.
But so back to talking about the professional wrestling that we was Logan Paul versus Roman was a good match. It was a good match. He's really good in the ring. Like I said, he's potentially the best celebrity rookie we've ever had.
And before that was technically Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was decent.
Yeah, I would say the last two have been really good. I mean, Mr. T was better than Snooki, but Snooki didn't have a bad cartwheel elbow splash.
Oddly enough, was it Karl Malone wasn't horrible for the one match that he did do.
Neither was Rodman.
But
I would say the worst we've had was probably Drew Carey. Drew Carey or potentially Pete Rose. Pete Rose wasn't very good.
Yeah,
well,
that's right.
Just got Tombstone. That's it.
Okay. I will take that bet in flank just because we can predetermine the match.
Yeah, he'll take that bet and then split it 50-50. I'm out of camper.
You get $50, I get $50. We're gonna have a good time.
Thanks for showing up. Hopefully you come back. We do this every Sunday night and Tuesday night. So we do fantasy booking on Tuesday night. So if you want to come and have some fun talking about fantasy professional wrestling, booking, come back.
Nothing rigged. They won't rig it. They'll legit hit each other, and then we'll see some blood. I don't know. Does Twitch allow blood?
I don't know, but in the end, this is professional wrestling, man. Everything's rigged.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's fair. Make sure you do a good blade spot then.
And again, we're both over 40. We don't need any injuries.
I got kids.
Man.
That gimmick has already been taken.
Oh shit.
Well, technically I have only one kid. So I got kid, man.
Well, together we got kids.
We got kids.
I got one and you got one.
Now, reportedly, and I say reportedly because it came out from Logan Paul, but it came out like really fast after the match. He's got a torn meniscus and a torn MCL and possibly ACL from this match. Now,
I mean, possible, but
do you really think they had MRIs there?
That's my thing is, like, you need an MRI to get that actually diagnosed. And it was so fast after the match in Saudi Arabia that I just suspect it's something like
he's trolling.
Frankly,
it's storyline.
Till Royal Rumble.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to be wrestling full time, so let's say he's got an injury that keeps him out of the ring for a while.
He's a great 30th entrant for the Royal Rumble, though. Mm-hmm. It'll get popped for sure. So,
I mean, I don't know if Cody's there though. He definitely shouldn't.
Cody should not be a 30th entrant.
Cody will be 27.
He should be 27 with a win or earlier.
Or earlier. He could even be number one. Run the gauntlet.
There would be a ton of pop behind Cody running a 1 or 2 spot to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Ton of pop for that.
Ton of pop for it. So that was Crown Jewel. All in all, like I said, I don't watch the Crown Jewels live because I don't like supporting the Saudi Arabia, but a lot of people did. It was a good show, all in all.
And the crowd was really, really hyped, though. Like, especially for the women's matches, too. They were, like, pretty loud, and the crowd was, at least I felt this time, I feel like this was maybe their best crowd in terms of actually chanting, doing stuff, and really being part of the show. Again, they've also had the WWE Network for quite some time, too. So maybe a lot more people there are actually following a lot more. And so that's what kind of gave them a better crowd participation and whatnot. So
the first title was it this one? The women's outfits were significantly better than they had been in the past.
Yeah,
in terms of they looked like. Granted, they still look like they were getting ready for a motorcycle race.
I think some of it came down to simply time. They didn't know in the last ones that they were going to even be allowed to have a women's match. And so they just kind of had to throw together the outfits at the last minute because it finally came. Oh, you can have it.
They just got to wear T-shirts.
Yeah, but for this one, since
this
they
is
knew
like
in
their
advance,
third. This is like their third or fourth women's match.
but that's my point. From this one, since they knew in advance, months in advance, they could have their, costume
attires.
Well,
department
I think there's something to be said for the Vince changeover. I think that's part of that because Vince would have just been like, we're not spending money on extra outfits for the women's. Whereas Trips would be like, hey, this is worth the money. So,
right.
The I don't remember what I was going to say. I'm fucking stupid.
But it was a good crown jewel, all in all. Check it out if you want to.
Oh, so Smarks, mark minute 3 just before minute 4, in case you want to remove this. So I noticed the login. Did you watch part of Crown Jewel?
Me? No. Login? I had to log in on my TV because it wasn't logged in on my TV. Gotcha. And that's all because I wanted to watch something on Peacock, but that was not Crown Jewel.
Okay, I just was like, wow. And if you want to delete that, you're more than welcome to. The minute 4 mark is where you do it, so you don't have it on there.
I was hooking this up to my new TV up here, and I realized that for some reason or other, Peacock wasn't
so. She didn't make us not swear, though, so fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Chug, chug, chug.
You coming on screen for this, JLE?
I'm coming on screen for this.
Oh, that's
no! Please don't do that. We'll talk about getting us demonetized.
All right, I'm off screen. Fuck you guys.
Oh, and she gets him. She just did it, bud. We'll start it at the minute 5 so it doesn't go against him.
Oh,
thank
you.
Now,
thank you kindly.
Yep.
There we go.
10 minutes of no cussing.
10 minutes? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is not a swear word?
Well, I mean, depends on who you ask.
Who you ask, that's fair.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez
Louise. Heard this one.
Oh, she says it is.
JLB. Yep. Now, it's... Context is important, right? If I say it and I'm referring to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, it's not a cuss word, right? Anyways, well, before we move on to talking about AEW, I have something that I want to talk about. This is an aside. This is an aside. I meant to do it the other day because it made more sense the other day, but. This is a text message conversation with JLB referring to Scott Steiner's chainmail headgear, right? It was I had sent a TikTok to the group of a girl getting dressed up for Halloween, and she was going as Scott Steiner Math era, with the chainmail headgear, and. JLB specifically said his headgear was fucking weird. I'm quoting him. That's not me cussing. That's a quote. Worst entrance
Oh,
headgear
come
ever.
on.
That's even
It's even
including.
including with.
I'm assuming
Mrs.,
that's
I
supposed to
guess.
be Mox's bandana and shades, right?
That might have been.
Or Mrs. bandana.
It
and
might be
shades. Might
Miz.
be
Yeah,
Mrs..
you know me and my
Um,
typo. Yeah.
Either way, I would like to present to you guys headgear that's way dumber. A presentation by
Jesus Christ! It's legit a PowerPoint.
What? You took some time, buddy.
First up in headgear that's way dumber.
That's fair. It's more of a mask than headgear, but yeah, we'll do it. That's fair.
Headgear. In relationship, demolition.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Oh
Randy
yeah,
Orton.
fucking Randy. Freaking Randy's burnt face.
Farouk.
Thanks, Big JC.
Oh yeah, thanks for the
You
100
must
bits.
think you're being really salty.
Glacier's headgear from when he first started. appearing.
Everything Glacier, man.
Everything
I'll be the
Glacier, yeah,
slightest, I'll be
straight
the-
up. No, Triple H's was cool.
Oh!
Triple H's was cool. I disagree with that one.
Yes. Yep, another Gimp mask.
Yeah, Karrion Kross wins.
Please God say Rey Mysterio's on here.
Rey Mysterio is not on here.
I mean, that's a Jason
Lot of
mask.
Jason
That's like
masks.
almost a hockey
Who
mask.
is this?
Old
Who
school
is that?
hockey mask.
That was when he was under the name, was it Lord Humongous? But that's Sid under the mask.
Of course it is.
But it was prior to him being called Psycho Sid or
Sid Vicious.
not pictured T-Bar, but that's also included in the dumb.
I don't hate every mask except for, in particular, in the back there. That's a Shane. Is it Shane?
Shane Thorne, yeah.
Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne's mask sucked. I don't disdain Mia Yim's here.
I hated them all.
But it's a glorified Silence of the Lambs Hannibal Lecter mask.
Yeah.
You know, Mace has a glorified Predator mask on.
The biggest thing is there was no continuity between them. They were supposed to be a group invading, and then they all
we just wear different masks.
whatever masks on.
Mantar! Yes! Mantar! Mess
Who
with
the hell was
bull,
that?
Get the horns.
Mantar.
Mantar.
Like this was legit wrestler?
Oh, he didn't wrestle in the hood.
No, he
Oh.
came to
He
the
didn't have a
ring and
mask
then he
on.
took it off
This-
and wrestled.
This had to have been a WCW thing.
Yes, it was.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie. Early WCW played heavily into some of this list.
Wait, hold on.
That's
Where
fair.
did Mantar wrestle?
It's missing some. Oh, it put them to the. Look at that! Look at that headgear.
Mantar was WWE.
It was WWE. Yeah.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Yeah, 94 and 95. Then to ECW.
Yeah, that was
then
kind
back
of
to
there.
WWF in 96. Then US Wrestling. Then WCW. So it was WCW in 97.
So there, Hulk Hogan. Dumbest headgear. Come on.
Yeah, that's fair. The freaking shocker.
Let's spray paint,
Shockmaster!
spray paint the
Shockmaster.
Stormtrooper helmet and just do it. But what I think probably takes the cake as worst.
Willow, huh?
I fucking hated this thing.
Jeff Hardy's Willow.
I don't know. As worst headgear? That's mean. It's
I hated
creative
it.
at least.
I hated the look of it. It interfered with his wrestling just in general. The
Oh, we
weird-
actually wore that while
It was
wrestling
also
too.
his like a terrible era for him.
It's a terrible era for him. The stupid braids in his hair got in the way as well. It was dumb. So, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Nice.
The end.
The end.
And your inability to do a slideshow in proper order.
Hey, that is the importing to StreamYard, because it was in the right order on Google Slides, but it didn't come through in the right order. Anyways, so now we will move on to talking AEW, because this is something
AEW.
we haven't got a chance to talk about at all this week. So AEW, this was their Dynamite, and then Rampage was in Atlantic City. One of the pre-announced matches was the All Atlantic Championship match: Orange Cassidy versus Luchasaurus versus Rey Fenix, triple threat. Winner of that got to pick their opponent for the All Atlantic City Dream match. Now, I have an issue, because haven't they already just basically established that the All Atlantic champion just kind of gets to choose his, like, that's what all Orange Cassidy's been doing. Hey, you want a match? Let's sign a match. Let's make a match. Okay. You know, that's literally all he's been doing.
Yeah, apparently that's a work rate championship.
Yeah, which is fine. But so that was this. The other announced match for this was Ring of Honor World Champion Chris Jericho was going up against, quote, a former Ring of Honor champion. Now, they were very important. They were very clear that it was champion of any sort. Could be
Right.
tag team or women's champion, or, U.S. champion or whatever. Television champion. Could be whatever. So the show started off Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal. This featured one of the, I don't know if I'm going to use the phrase controversial, but one of the most polarizing, that's a better word, polarizing moments in AEW in recent history. And that was at the end of the match, a figure dressed as Sting attacked Darby Allin, allowing Lethal to hit the lethal injection and get the win. Afterwards, it was shown that the person who attacked was the Factory's Cole Carter, formerly known as Caleb with a K, if I'm correct. I have to look this up now to be certain.
I mean, that's not even the most important part.
But here's why I'm bringing it up, right? I just want to make sure if it's Caleb with a K or if I'm thinking someone else. Oh no, he used to be Troy Donovan. Caleb with a K was someone else. Anyways, Cole Carter, because they had made this big deal about how Jay Lethal was going to bring his friend in to help him, and so then they have Cole Carter come out. And you're like, oh, is this the friend? He's dressed as Sting. Are we going to get Sting come out to confront the fake Sting? We did not. But then after they all cleared out of the ring, another figure slid into the ring behind Darby Allin. And this is why I think it's polarizing. It was Double J Jeff Jarrett. And I really don't know how to feel about this.
I mean, it was a swerve, so I think obviously that was the idea. Sure, it makes Cole, what's his name, Cole look bad because no one gives a shit about him now. But at least he was in the same segment, so people will start Googling him and be like, oh, who is that? He was in a Sting thing.
Who is fake Sting?
You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I just want Sting to come out and be like, listen, I've done that garbage before.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're going to get something better, though. You're going to get Jeff Jarrett versus Sting. Yay.
Yeah, I thought you said something better. That's part of why I'm just not sure on this, I don't know how to feel on this particular angle, because they announced later that Jeff Jarrett has signed with AEW to be like one of their executives in the live event category. What's the word I'm looking for? Live event promotions, so on and so forth.
Yeah, he's basically going to be like a in
Director of
charge
Business
director.
Development and Live Events.
Yeah.
Which I guess means maybe they're
Same
going to be
thing like
working.
you did with WWE, essentially doing all the live events, the matches, where they're booking, and all that.
Yeah, but I mean, AEW does 2 live events a week.
Well, maybe they're
Maybe
going to
3.
start more in 2023.
That's where it's confusing to me. I'm like, is it? I don't know. But
they clearly
here's the
have
deal:
plans to
I
do
don't
more.
like Jeff Jarrett. I don't like him.
Right.
You know, I don't like him as a wrestling character. But I'm not going to take away from his backstage ability, right? So that's why I'm torn. I don't want to see him on my screen, I guess is what I'm saying. But if he can bring something to help AEW, I'm fine with him being there. I'm just like, why did we have to see him on screen? I guess is my thing.
Right. I mean, I agree. And this just adds more fuel to, the anti-AEWers or the pro-WWE people saying, "Oh, look, AEW is just bringing in old people like WCW did as well, ex-WWE stars and da-da-da-da." But I don't know. I just hope it's... And apparently Jeff Jarrett felt like a revive in becoming a wrestler again. He was telling his wife that he really enjoyed it and he enjoyed the crowd and he got like butterflies and he got all nervous again. And I'm like, no, Jarrett, you're staying backstage, brother. You can't be doing any more on-screen stuff. Please, for the love of God.
Give me just 1 second, because I just
Flair's
saw this
last
picture.
match should have been your last match as well. He's still good. He's still a good wrestler. Like, don't get me wrong, but
Was he ever a good wrestler? I'm not sure.
I mean,
Anyways,
that's fair. I mean,
I just wanted to show this picture from Crown Jewel because
that's crazy.
what a shot.
What a shot. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who took this picture, but whoever did, you didn't pay him enough.
Yeah, straight up.
That shot is
Excellent.
checking the time. Fucking fire. That shot's fire. Just had to make sure we weren't still in the no cussing thing.
Yeah. That's fair.
Also, it's worth doing if you get a chance, go to Jake Paul's, I think it's on his Instagram. Or Logan Paul's on his Instagram. He live streamed a frog splash from the turnbuckle through the table, through the announce table.
Yeah.
Live streamed it.
That was the first time I saw him do the frog splash because I was at work and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he live streamed. But the biggest thing is, he was remarkably good at keeping himself in frame through most of it. Like,
Right.
if I tried to live stream it, it would be like you strapped a camera to the head of an ADD ferret, it'd be all over the place.
But I mean, he's a pro at it though, right? Like, dude's been
fucking pro.
YouTubing for like the longest time and GoProing for the life of him and knows how to hold cameras and blah, blah, phones and whatever. So
not discounting any of that. He did it like a fucking champ.
He did. Absolutely.
But this picture here, this is fucking fire. Sorry. Blows my mind. Anyways.
That is a great photo. That's a desktop worthy photo.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to do it, but
Yeah, it's somebody's desktop.
Somebody's desktop.
Anyways.
Mr. Beast has that on his desktop right now.
After the Jay Lethal versus Darby Allin match, Jon Moxley cut a promo about his match with Lee Moriarty, which was going to be coming up next. He mentioned that Lee Moriarty was a contender to be in Bullet Club, not Bullet Club, in BCC, but Bryan Danielson had stood back from recruiting him because he did not have the violent intent. Then they played for the second week a vignette, in the course of this, a vignette of the Elite winning the Trios Championship and then being deleted from the AEW history and being replaced by Death Triangle winning. So it looks to me like, and this makes sense to be their return feud, that they're gonna feud with Death Triangle, try to get back those trios titles. Makes sense. But it was kind of just an interesting thing because it was all like you saw them winning, and then it panned back, and it was you just saw the screen of someone editing, and they delete that from it, and then they drag in the Death Triangle winning, and the title of it was "Delete the Elite," which I also would like to point out was a phrase coined by Matt Hardy when they did the first Stadium Stampede match. Anyways. John Moxley versus Lee Moriarty was a good match. In the end, John Moxley got the win with the armbar. Afterwards, Ethan Page came in and gave John Moxley a hell of a boot to the head. And so I'm guessing that Ethan Page is going to be Moxley's next.
I'm a little mad that Jericho didn't interrupt for Moxley using his move. Armbar.
They had a segment where Saraya and Britt Baker were supposed to be being interviewed by Renee Paquette. But Britt Baker refused to be there for the interview. Later on, doing an interview with Tony Schiavone, saying that Tony Schiavone's her interviewer, and she'll only do interviews on her time with her interviewer. Which is kind of
Mr. Bebe's got to be upset.
But they had Billy Gunn's birthday bash, which he had his hands all injured because of Swerve taking pliers to him last week. And they presented him with foam scissor hands, which you better believe those things are on sale. They're going to sell 1 million of them. I would put hard money at this week's Dynamite. The crowd is gonna be just full of people with scissor hands.
Absolutely, because people. I mean, I would definitely buy that if I was at the show. You know what I mean? I maybe wouldn't buy it online, but I would definitely if I was going to the show. Fuck it, I definitely get that. That's hilarious,
especially if they have them priced, not super
decently
high. I mean, I'm not saying, this is arena stuff, so they're not going to give them for $5 or whatever. But you have them for $15. It's a pretty easy drop $15 on them.
What if you won the lottery? How much would you spend on them?
I would spend $15 multiple times, and I would buy lots of them. At every show I went to.
Appreciate your honesty.
I would also probably be one of those guys. It still blows my mind every time we go to a wrestling show that people actually come to an arena and drop $400 on one of the replica belts at the arena. Like, I understand dropping money on a replica belt. I plan on doing that at some point. But to do it
right there,
to do it at a show, that's what my mind can't be like. I'm one of those people that I would be like, I want to pick the exact one that I want. Like the new, I'm not even a Kane and Undertaker guy, but the new Brothers of Destruction tag belt that they have up on WWE Shop. Have you seen that thing yet?
I have not, no.
Let me pull it up here. They just came out with it recently. Collectibles. Title belts. They just came out with this new Brothers of Destruction signature series belt. Where the fuck? Here it is. Where's a good picture of it? That's a good picture. Well, okay. Scrolling through it, but. Here we go. So it's the Attitude Era Tag Championship plate. but then a customized strap to it that half of it is Kane and half of it is Undertaker themed.
Yeah, no, not a fan. That fire threw me all the way off.
See, that's where we. Now, I'm not typically a fan of the Attitude Era tag belt. I think it's kind of a boring belt. I will say a few things. I don't think that's a canonically correct for Brothers of Destruction
Correct, it
era
is not.
mask there.
That is a Kane versus Kane era mask.
I
That is the
also
return to the mask with a bald head.
Yeah.
Also, that should be the Undertaker's Taker T with the nails.
Yep, that's the thing. I don't think that's the correct Undertaker.
It might be
it
from
should be
Dead
that
Man
thing.
Inc. It should be that. But it could be from the Dead Man Inc. American Badass era.
But
Well, that's why they have the Dead Man Inc.
Big Red Machine.
Yep, Big Red Machine. Actually, it says Big Red Monster.
Is this even? This is on WWE's website?
Yeah, this is shopwwe.com. That's
Big Red Monster.
yeah.
I think they just like fucked up on something, and they just said, "Oh, okay, whatever. We'll just sell this on our website."
They're Big Red Monster. MONSTER.
But they never say monster. They always said machine. That makes no sense.
The back of the belt is beautiful with their signature series, and it's got a nice curve to it. Anyways, they do some really cool belts,
Custom
like
series belts.
custom signature series belts that are really kind of fun. Like here's the Undertaker 30-year signature series Winged Eagle, which is pretty cool. Winged Eagle is still my favorite of the WWE belts.
For sure.
Especially with the bars on the separate. Big Eagle secondary.
I hope Trips brings it back.
Yeah,
I really hope.
I'm really interested to see what he's doing. There's reports that he's planning on not bringing back, but doing new belts, right? And so it'll be interesting to see whether he goes retro with them or whether he still goes with a modern aesthetic. Just
Not so
not what they currently.
hateable.
Ultimate Warrior signature series belt looks like an Ultimate Warrior mask behind it. I think they should bring back the Undisputed Championship. If they're going to have them unified into one, then why not bring back the Undisputed Champion?
They are not going to have them unified into one.
That would be my argument, but you can now get the NXT 2.0 Championship belt. It came out, importantly, 1 week after there was no longer an NXT 2.0.
Well, it's still called NXT 2.0.
No, it's now no longer called NXT 2.0.
I think it's just NXT.
It's just called NXT again. And they don't even use that belt on NXT 2.0, if I'm correct. Here's the Kane Signature Series belt.
Is it at least like liquidated? Like, is it on clearance or something? 'Cause that'd be fucked up.
It's showing here at $130 off, but almost all of them are showing at $130 off, so I'm not really putting too much
You're
into
not believing it.
But
Ooh, I like that Hitman one, though. That Winged Eagle Hitman.
yeah, the Bret Hart one here.
That is a nice one.
I'll come back to it in a second. You can get the Brahma belt that never actually appeared on TV.
John Cena's
The
World
John
Life
Cena US
Championship.
US spinner that spins. It's important. Classic IC belt.
Wait, what was... go up a little bit. A little more. What was the one in the cases right there?
This
Oh,
one
that's
here?
the Undertaker cufflinks? No, Roman Reigns cufflinks.
Roman Reigns side plates to go on the WWE belt. Side plates.
However, cufflinks are kind of cool. I would be down for some cuff. Not that I wear a suit often, but you know.
Do you own a French cuff shirt?
Don't usually wear buttons, button ups all that often either. More of a t-shirt guy. Yep.
Not doing much for your
Here's
argument
the
here, bud.
Eddie Guerrero Universal Championship Signature Series. The yellow IC belt. The John
It's almost
Cena
like we. It's
one.
almost like we had a
Wrestling
ratings
podcast.
show recently on our podcast.
So I'm going back to find that. Where are we at? There we go. The Bret Hart one, because we want to look at it closer. Wow, their pictures are great. They've got 3.
That's a beautiful belt, though.
Yep. Classic winged eagle with the pink Bret Hart, Bret Hitman on it. Uses actual snaps and a Hitman carry case for it.
Nice.
Belt bag for it. And look at that! Look at that! Regular price $500 down to $350.
What?
Or 4 interest-free payments of $87 with Zap. Zip. Zap. I can't tell if that's an A or.
I'm surprised they don't promote
Zip.
their WWE credit card or whatever. Like, is that not a thing anymore with their WWE
Oh,
credit card?
I'm sure it's a thing, but this Zip is this whole thing that they've been doing. I'm sure they make, a ton of interest on this Zip. Or commission, I should say. There's a couple of those companies that have come up with these buy now,
I think
pay
it
over time.
opens it up for people who can't afford $350.
Yep.
I see this all over the place. I see it on Amazon.
Yeah. You see it on
When
Amazon.
I-
There's like 3 different companies that do it. Zip, and I think there's one like Quattro or something like that.
Like you'll spend $37 and it's like, oh, interest-free payments of.
No, I can.
What?
I was once. I had one thing in my cart. It was less than $10. And I wasn't gonna buy it yet because I'm not one of those people who ever checks out from Amazon with less than $10. But it was in my cart, and I glanced at my cart and it was like, oh, get it today for 4 payments of $2.13 or whatever it was. And I'm like,
That's
I'm
hilarious.
not about to split this up. I can't fit this $10 today. I better split it up. Anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that they do it for like, if it's more than like $200, I guess whatever, make it a thing. But for $10, what the fuck?
Now, what
Probably
I'm
should
hoping
be buying it if you need to pay 4 installments on $10.
I would like
There's entire industries that are based on you shouldn't be buying it.
yes.
No, that's fair.
Rent-A-Center, errands, whatever, rent to own. If you see something that's called rent to own, it is a bad idea. Hey, Squash Donkey. What's up?
Good to have you back, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
How
That's
goes
because
the Squash
JLD hasn't
Donkey?
been here.
I've been here. What are you talking about?
I digress.
Yeah.
Because you haven't.
Okay.
You missed a couple.
I missed one.
Been busy with work.
What do you mean? I missed one and y'all missed Sunday. So you can't be blaming me for the
We only
Sunday
missed
one that
Sunday.
y'all
We
missed.
only missed Sunday because my ass was too tired.
I don't want to hear your excuses.
Oh,
Dave.
I was all gonna do it, but then someone else also missed Sunday.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is fair.
okay.
I mean, I was down. I just woke up at 12 and they're like, well, we weren't here on time. I'm like, all right, bro, then we're not doing it. That's Tuesday.
I have the message, right? You messaged me
I know
at
you did.
12:30
You seem to screen
my
cap.
time.
You seem to screen cap all
It was
of my messages.
it was
Why are you
12:30
so
my
obsessed
time
with
when
me?
you
I
sent.
feel like it was 12.
sent.
I feel like it was 12:05 because then I was watching Kumo on News
Hold
Nation.
on. I'll go look it up for us.
Oh my god!
I didn't have to screenshot it because we use Facebook to send these messages and it keeps them for fucking ever.
Yeah, in fact, we
That
don't
was
have each other's
also-
phone numbers.
You screenshotted it. Yeah, but you screenshotted that Miz thing, bandana thing. However, that was a great.
I
was,
screenshotted
uh,
that today because I had to do this. I was like,
I mean, we could screenshot your misogynistic remark about Kathy Kelly.
So I look at it
no.
here, and in full disclosure, it
I
was
find it
11:14
incredibly
my
funny.
time, so it was still 45 minutes after we should have gone.
No.
So it was 12 your time,
12,
12:30
yeah,
or
that's what I'm
12:15
saying.
your time.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I thought it was 12 my time, but still, that's still 45 minutes after we would have gone.
I am going to say I'm a little upset with you guys
Fair.
both on your remarks about Kathy Kelly because I'm the misogynist here, and I was the one who didn't say anything filthy about Kathy Kelly and her cosplay for Halloween.
I mean, hubba. I'm talking about the bubble gum.
Yeah. Hubba Bubba.
Hubba bubba.
Hubba Bubba is chewing gum.
God damn. There was
We
no
already
other
talked.
context towards it.
We thought it was good. We didn't give it a best or worst because a certain wrestler or a certain host does not watch any Saudi Arabia shows. My child lost my television remote.
Oh, you still didn't find it?
No, we found it finally.
Where was it?
Under the couch in a spot that I didn't see after I looked 4 times under my
I
sofa.
told you it was under the couch.
I know. The kid.
If I was a 9-year-old child, where would I lose a remote? I'm like, under the couch. I'm a 33-year-old child, and that's where I lose the remote.
Yes. So I still haven't watched Crown Jewel and I'm one of them who does
find a
watch
remote.
it, but I couldn't.
However, I would probably say between the Roman and Logan Paul match and the Brutes versus Usos would be the match of the nights for me. Certainly wasn't Braun versus Omos, I'll tell you that much.
Even though that was 37 stars.
There was no flip-de-doos. Yeah, no, I mean, the guys...
sending a message to Omos like, we put on a great match, brother. I don't know why he became Hulk Hogan. I have no clue. Other than that, Hulk Hogan sounds a little bit like Braun. I just sent his brother in.
Anyways.
Yeah, he definitely was better than some of the wrestlers in the last 10 years, though. I mean, he's putting in the work. That's what it is. You put in the work, and
it also doesn't hurt that it is going to sound creepy no matter how I say it. He's got the body of someone who's already been doing this for a while. Like, he's got almost the perfect physical makeup for a wrestler of his style. Yeah, I like his body. Put that one on screen because
I mean, no, but even if he does have the body for it and whatnot, the dude still had to learn how to wrestle.
Oh, no, are we just going to glance over the fact that he hit a stellar buckshot lariat?
Yeah, and then tore
and they didn't even call it anything.
have you? There's a whole conspiracy online that only Adam Page can hit a buckshot lariat without getting injured, because almost everyone who's tried to do it recently has ended up injured shortly after. CM Punk broke his foot. Logan Paul tore his ACL, MCL, whatever,
and
meniscus,
ACL, and some other thing.
Who's the other one?
I mean, that's Saudi Arabia hospital X-rays.
Yeah, it was really fast with those.
Real
those
fast,
MRIs, right?
Just whoop.
Stupid fast. No, he is by far the best. We said this before. The best celebrity rookie in at least recent history and potentially of all time. You know.
Yeah. Best celeb to do it, no doubt, for sure. Bad Bunny is second, but he's had more. And then it's what's his face, a SmackDown announcer dude who's doing NFL right now, Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I
would say Logan Paul is better than Pat McAfee, though.
I will take issue with Squash Donkey on this. But maybe you can say maybe I'm a Hangman Page mark, but the buckshot lariat off of the referee's back to Kenny Omega when there were no ropes.
Facts. Yeah,
Come on.
that was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Now this isn't taking anything away from Logan Paul. Logan
Mark.
Paul hit one that was phenomenal, but
I will definitely agree with you there, though, Smarks. Definitely not better than Paige, but Paige has been doing it for a lot longer. So, with an experience.
It's better than some of Paige's. I'm not going to disagree with him. Paige does it so often. We only have one point of reference with Logan Paul, and it was exceptionally well done.
It was.
Now,
absolutely.
it's not better than his best is not better than Paige's best, but his worst is better than Paige's worst because we've seen it so many more times. Yeah. Yeah, it's like when my son
even
says,
his frog splash it's pretty on point.
It's like when Smarks tells his wife he's the best husband she has. He's the only husband she has, so he's also the worst. It's like when my son says, "You're the best daddy ever."
She could be living a double life. You don't know this.
Well, that's potentially true. But I am both the best and worst father my child has. 100%.
Yep.
So, yeah, Logan Paul's best is also better than Hangman Page's worst, but it's not as good as Hangman Page's best.
I am also going to say that by far it's better than my buckshot lariat.
Yeah, by leaps and bounds. You've never, please God, tell me you've never tried one.
Now I will
never tried one. Come on now.
I don't know that he can do a forward flip. Can you do a somersault, bud?
I at one point I was able to.
I want to do a buckshot
years
lariat
ago
in our match out of a somersault.
Oh my God.
Now,
if you have the trampoline there, you can do it.
No, I'll just on the ground and I'll do the forward roll, and then I'll slowly get up and do the buckshot lariat.
So now I do want to point out we're giving all of this credit for buckshot lariat, but we do need to give at least a little credit to the innovator of offense who did it over 20 years ago.
And may have created it.
Potentially created it.
I think he created it.
However, that was not as good
in
looking.
North America.
Yeah, it was by far not as good looking, which is why I wonder if that's not the first time it was done.
That's it.
Because and in case you're young enough and you don't know who that is, that's Mortis, but the wrestler is Canyon.
And
Chris
nobody's
Kanyon.
better than Canyon.
Nobody's better than Canyon.
Also,
Not even
taller than
Logan
both the
Paul.
performers who've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably a good 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah. Well, I mean, Logan Paul's up there too, though. I don't know if he's 6'4" necessarily, but he's freaking tall. You're Googling it, aren't you?
Canyon was 6'4".
And then this.
I would almost say he's 6'4".
Logan Paul
I'm
is
well on
6'2".
6'2". Okay. What's 2 inches?
We'll see
A
if
lot
this
when you're
gets us
flipping through the air.
demonetized. I saw this earlier today. This is a compilation of buckshot lariats from.
See, that one
Hangman
was pretty
Page.
ugly.
Because he had to take more than. The problem is, anytime he has to take more than 1 or 2 steps is where
That one was beautiful.
is where the problem comes. He's got to be right there where he can hit the person within the first step afterwards. For it to really look good.
That one was good.
Mm-hmm.
That one was kind of ugly for a fast one.
Well, it was ugly because of the weird inside-out flip bump, but that one was good.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Good recovery, Sammy. Did you see that? He came running into it. Oh, Wardlow, you didn't take that right.
Oh, no, that was the storyline for that, is that he had to do it twice to get Wardlow down, because Wardlow's a monster.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Little hesitation there. Don't know how I like that.
Like I said, it's any of those times he has to take more than one step, it can
Little
be a little
hesitation
tough.
there with MJF.
You
Beautiful.
have to take more than one step on some of them. So. Also, I just want to say to anyone who's ever a Hangman Page tag partner, don't ever try to hold someone up for the buckshot lariat. Because 9 times out of 10...
That was well done, though, to a German
That one was
suplex.
well done. But 9 times out of 10...
There's why Sammy's one of the best in the game. Do you see every time he takes a buckshot, it sells? Hey, Bobby Fish, or was that Bobby
Kyle
Fish
O'Reilly.
or Roddy Strong? Kyle O'Reilly.
How dare you?
Every time Sammy takes one, it's beautiful.
There was a couple extra, but that was on the Jera Cruise, so...
A lot has to be said for the positioning of the wrestler.
Yep,
See,
that's
that
why I
was a
say
better MJF.
As long as the wrestler is right there and he can hit him without having to take a step.
Johnny Huggy taking a great one.
It always looks good. But when he has to take a step or two, that's when it causes a problem. Anyways.
Beautiful.
Stop the screen sharing. Anyways, back to talking about AEW because we were so rudely interrupted by my own ADHD. The Ring of Honor World Championship match. Chris Jericho stood out there and said, "Who's going to be my champion contender? It can be any champion. It can be a tag team champion, a women's champion, whoever." And we were sitting in suspense. Who is it going to be? Boom, boom, Colt Cabana. Boom, boom, Colt Cabana. Which, I don't know, it kind of...
Good to see him back on Dynamite Television.
Yeah, good to see him back and everything, but I mean, is it just me, or does that not like close the book on the whole CM Punk didn't want Colt Cabana there, so they took him off TV storyline? I think it kind of confirms it there, you know?
I think it was just more promoting ROH too, though. I don't know. I mean,
I agree.
CM Punk's a petty bitch, so it's very valid.
He is, but do you think they would have had this 2 months ago if CM Punk's still here?
No.
Yeah, that's fair. They would have used someone else. That's true.
The pop for Colt Cabana was legit, though. So it's nice seeing him back. Reports have it that, like you said, he is going to be pretty much exclusively Ring of Honor, which is fine. I think we talked about this before, but I'm ready for Ring of Honor to have their own show and to get their stuff off of AEW so AEW can go back to focusing on AEW stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that happens after football season. Expect it in February or March.
Squash Donkey thinks Colt Cabana is past his prime. Which...
You know, I'd have to agree.
Well, I
Except
mean...
for the fact
Yes,
that
he's
he
still
still
good.
does great comedic spots. He still does. He's not a world champ. His character is not world champion character.
I would argue that, I mean, we're talking about Jericho versus Colt Cabana here. Both of them are past their prime in every respect of the word, you know?
But I mean, the Superman pinning combination is quite obviously a comedic pin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because he's as tall as I am. He's 6'4".
Yeah.
I've met him in person.
He's done the Superman pin for almost his entire career, so that's not like a change. He just always has done it. Anyways, but that was just a surprise because I was sitting here going, who could it be? Well, you know, they have Jay Lethal earlier in the night, so it's not going to be Jay Lethal.
Well, we speculated Tuesday who it would be.
Yeah, we speculated.
And that was one of the names we mentioned. I really thought it would be somebody who would be more of a squash. I thought it would be a choice of Jericho. Jericho would say, "Well,
yeah,
Jericho
was really
past his
sold
prime
when
and
you
is
were
back
saying
to
that,
his prime."
though,
I will give Squash Donkey one thing. Jericho was past his prime and got back in shape because he was going to have a heart attack if he didn't.
Yeah, I would also say. Here's the problem: is we're comparing Jericho that we've got 30 years of footage of watching him behind to Colt Cabana that to most people myself included, I even watched Ring of Honor, but myself included can say I've maybe seen 24 Colt Cabana matches
Right.
front to back, right?
And
Colt,
his stuff back in like 2003, 2004, that's 20 years ago, man. Like that's come
and
on.
so I mean, you know,
Is Jericho
we can
doing what he
say
did
so-
20 years ago?
well, we can say someone's better than someone else, but it's like, Colt Cabana was at one point a Ring of Honor tag champion. One point a Ring of Honor TV champion, I believe, but he never was the world champion, right? Versus multi-time, as he says, 8-time world champion Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho's always in this situation going to be the better guy, right? That's the whole point of it. Colt Cabana was coming out to play the underdog, and do his moves, and maybe he gets a win. He wasn't gonna get a win. He was never gonna get a win, but maybe he'll get a win.
Right.
The next up was the aforementioned All Atlantic Championship match: Orange Cassidy versus Luchasaurus versus Rey Fenix. During the match, Jungle Boy came out and attacked Luchasaurus. Kind of took Luchasaurus out of it. Orange Cassidy pinned Phoenix to get the win. And then after the match, this is where the important stuff happened. Because he won, he now has a chance to fight anyone he wants at the All Atlantic City Dream match. He's got a contract there. And who comes out but fucking Shibata?
Oh, no clue who he was, but his story was.
Of course you don't know. Shibata had to retire because of a massive brain injury from a headbutt. He gave a headbutt in the ring, and it wasn't just a concussion. It was like burst blood in his brain, sudden fucking had to go to the hospital brain surgery shit. But Shibata's legit. Like, everything everything CM Punk says and wanted to be, Shibata was. Shibata was top of his game in New Japan, and left to do MMA, and was very good at MMA, and then came back to New Japan, and did well there, and then fucking brain injury.
So this is his first time back since the brain injury from like anywhere? No.
He came back to New Japan. This is his first full match back, I think. I'm gonna have to check to be certain here, but
Okay.
But so let me get the cage match. About a cage match to find out for certain here.
I like his bread.
Matches. No, he had 2 matches back in New Japan since coming back. October of 2021, he did a grappling rules match with Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, okay.
January of 2022, at Wrestle Kingdom, he defeated Ren Narita. And then this match here, this is his 3rd match back after his brain injury. Reportedly, when he came back, he said, when he contacted Tony Khan, he said, I want to wrestle 2 people. I want to wrestle Bryan Danielson, and I want to wrestle Orange Cassidy. For Shibata to be like, he's the one, these are the ones I want. That's a big fucking deal, right?
That's interesting. Okay.
There's also, importantly, wasn't Shibata's first appearance on AEW.
Okay.
He appeared on AEW
Like first year or something?
No, just maybe less than a year ago. It was at the end of a match. The best friends were getting beaten down. He came out and chased some people away, and was in the ring with Orange Cassidy, and Orange Cassidy put the sunglasses on him, and he looked not happy about it.
I remember that.
Um,
Well, he looked happier this time on Rampage. That's for sure.
yeah, there was respect behind it this time. Anyways, it was a great match. Oh, not a great match yet. That came on Rampage. He signed the contract for the match. Spoiler alert, it's a great match on Rampage. Jade Cargill defeated Marina Shafir. I don't think anyone expected Marina Shafir to win. They just haven't built Marina Shafir to be a legitimate contender. And after watching her in the ring a few times, I agree. I think that there's reasons that she wasn't elevated to the main roster in WWE and instead let go. Those reasons they gave her were budget cuts. But in reality, I don't think she was making the strides that WWE wanted her to make. And then the main event of the night. This was interesting. That
Still better than Jessamine Duke. Just give it on record.
Yep.
Mostly because Jessamine Duke looks like she's gonna break every time she does something.
Yeah. Oh, after the Jade Cargill match, they did do a House of Black vignette. Hopefully putting to bed all the rumors of House of Black all going to WWE shit.
Sounds like he's gonna be back fairly soon.
Oh yeah. He even tweeted out, thanks to Tony Khan for stopping me from doing something I would regret. Now exactly what that was can be up in the air. It can be either leaving for another company, you know what I mean? Because the reports were that he was going to leave, was wanting to leave, requested his release, and then came back. Then didn't didn't get his release. And so it could be that his thanks was based on that. You know, he didn't let me go back to WWE. Squash Donkey pointing out something I'll get to here. It looks like he was going to be Uncle Howdy. The eye matched as well. That's where the rumors were. I'm 100% certain that everything that people are picking apart with the Uncle Howdy thing is 100% deliberately trolling. Okay?
Mostly because we saw James Ellsworth had the cross earring.
James Ellsworth had the cross, but also Bo Dallas had the cross earring, right? Guess
Same
what?
one.
Lots of people wear cross earrings, apparently. But here's the deal.
That's what I learned from all of this.
The reason I knew that it wasn't going to be Malachi Black when they said, "Oh, the eye is matching Uncle Howdy," because that was on SmackDown last week, like the SmackDown that was the 29th, right? Or the 28th. 28th?
28.
Yeah, 28th. Friday the 28th. I had to do
it was also the week before that.
Earlier in the day on the 28th. No, the Uncle Howdy with the eye was specifically on the 28th,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
And so everyone afterwards on the longer video at Crown Jewel, but here at Crown Jewel, we've already had the promo last week at Dynamite showing Malachi Black back in AEW.
That's
we already knew that.
Yeah.
But on the 28th, in the middle of the day, before SmackDown aired, Malachi Black tweeted out a 10-second long video, an elegy of the forgotten, right? Which featured 13-second long video, which featured him, Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and Julia Hart all in it. And so, and still in their House of Black makeup and all of that stuff, which then led into the promo that aired on Dynamite the following week, right?
Right.
So, earlier in the day, before the promo with Uncle Howdy that everyone started saying, oh, look, the eye matches. We already had a promo for them going back to AEW. So as soon as people started saying, oh, look, the eye matches, I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter. He's already shown that he's going back to AEW. And then later, of course, they did. They did the promo. The promo on AEW featured them all getting buried in some way. One was buried, one was burned, and one was buried at sea. And at the end of them, all of them rose from the dead. And you indeed saw their faces in this video. This wasn't like...
This is not like a Rick Rude scenario of him showing up on Raw, then on Nitro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
like, it's not going to be Malachi Black doing a promo, then showing up as Uncle Howdy and not under contract. Like, it's not a thing.
And so, and the biggest thing is, again, they showed their faces. This wasn't some like weird, like Julia Hart burying some people, and then next week it's going to be Matt Hardy and other people as the new House of Black, the new Rockers, sort of a thing. They showed Malachi Black rising from the ashes. They showed Buddy Matthews rising from the water. They showed Brody King coming up from the grave. Right, so anyways, the final match of the night on Dynamite was Ring of Honor TV Championship, Samoa Joe versus Brian Cage. Big meaty men slapping meat and doing flippy-doos. Samoa Joe retained with the rear naked choke, and then afterwards, the Gates of Agony came in and jumped him, and then Wardlow came out, and then Will Hobbs came out. All sorts of back and forth. The one thing earlier in the night I forgot to talk about that I want to, though, Rick Ross was in attendance at Dynamite and gave a promo backstage with Swerve and
Keith
Lee. And somebody give that guy a contract. Because I'm not talking for wrestling. I'm talking as a manager, right? Have him manage them. This whole thing with Keith Lee being hesitant to do the.
I just feel like Rick Ross
stuff.
was drunk though. Like it wasn't great. He was talking over everyone, and I don't know.
I'm Rick Ross, bitch.
Sorry. What managers do, they talk.
Keep it positive. Keep it positive. Yeah, I don't know. It was cool, I guess. But I mean, I wouldn't want to see him as a manager every week. I'm good. I'd rather see him come out with another album. Thank you very much.
I mean, here's the deal. He's legitimately going to be involved in some way because Swerve is legitimately a musician. And so you give him a contact. Yeah. You give him a contact like... The hit row wasn't just a gimmick.
Okay.
So you give Swerve... You give Swerve a contact like Rick Ross, he's going to take advantage of it as much as he can.
For sure. Absolutely. He's going to be signed to Maybach Music pretty soon, isn't he?
Quite possibly. Anyways, moving on to Rampage. Rampage
Which would also explain why Hit Row was so good with Swerve there. Like, he was the music guy.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
We had the All-Atlantic Championship Atlantic Dream match. Orange Cassidy versus Shibata, which I thought was phenomenal.
That was a fun match.
Ended with Orange Cassidy catching with 2 orange punches to get the windfall. And then afterwards they shook hands. You had Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus Madison Rayne and Sky Blue, which was longer than a squash match, but it was still basically a squash match. Like, Madison Rayne and Sky Blue got very little real offense in it. And then afterwards, you had Tony Storm come out and attack Rebel and Baker and Jamie Hayter, and it's now been announced that Jamie Hayter is going to be facing Tony Storm at Full Gear. You had Sammy Guevara interviewed backstage. Well, first there was Jericho and Sammy Guevara, and basically Jericho implied that there's going to be said there's going to be a 4-way match at Full Gear for the Ring of Honor Championship. Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus, who are the other people? I'm totally blanking now.
Professional wrestlers.
Wait, Jericho,
Anyway.
Sammy Guevara, and what? Say that again.
I can't remember the other two people. It's going to be a 4-way for. Give me a second.
Jericho. Ooh. Like as a match for like on Rampage, you're talking about?
No, at Full Gear. They announced
Oh
it.
shit. Oh, I didn't even catch that. Okay.
Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli. There we go. So BCC. I just couldn't remember exactly who it was. So Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho, Claudio Castagnoli, and Bryan Danielson all in a fatal 4-way for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Right? Jericho said it doesn't matter because we're going to take care of Danielson, Castagnoli, and then at the end, it'll be just me and Sammy will do what's right. He'll do the right thing. And then he left, and Sammy Guevara looked really confused, like, I don't know if I can promise I'm going to do the right thing in that situation. I might want to try to win me that Ring of Honor World Championship.
That's it.
So, Sammy Guevara later challenged Bryan Danielson to a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Oh, that's gonna be freaking phenomenal on Dynamite. Can't wait.
Yeah, because he said that he almost had Danielson beat, and that Danielson didn't pin him.
Danielson?
So, Danielson.
No, you said Danielson.
Danielson.
You added an extra hump to your end.
I did not. It's a different mouth feel. I can rewind the video.
I heard it.
You can hear it all you want. You can hear it. Your ears are broken.
You should make Bryan Danielson shirt.
Danielson.
Samoa Joe and Wardlow versus Gates of Agony. I still really like Khan. I think Khan's going to be a big name down the road. Bishop Khan. Toa Leona, I'm for on. But Samoa Joe and Wardlow won. Afterwards, Powerhouse Hobbs called his shot for the TNT Championship. Oh, earlier in the night, we also did have Ricky Starks come out and speak and say that he's declaring himself for the World Title Eliminator Tournament. So that Eliminator Tournament's going to be interesting.
So that's one thing I don't get either, though. Okay. Why can you just announce yourself to be in the World Tournament Eliminator when you then have an actual matchup to see who's going to be in the World Eliminator Tournament on Dynamite? On Dynamite? Like, what's going on? Like, why can some people just say, yeah, I'm in it, and other people have to go and wrestle for it? And then why is Moxley facing people as well? Which is apparently to see if they can go in the tournament. And then it's not like, I feel like the rules for this tournament are really weird to in order to get in. I feel like they're just winging it. And it's really sad because Tony Khan has this problem and always with these tournament matches for some stupid reason. And I don't get why you just can't be like clear on the fucking rules. It's a very simple concept, Tony.
I don't know. I think you're making it more complex than it should be.
I don't think I am.
It's a little WWE-ish. I have to agree with him a little bit here.
Because as of right now, what I'm pointing out is there is no match set up for who gets in the tournament.
But Dante Martin's in it, right? How did Dante Martin get in it?
The same way everyone got in it. They're just in it, right? There were no qualification matches.
But
right?
I feel like they announced one for Dynamite this week.
Nope, because everyone's already in. The tournament starts on Dynamite. The tournament starts on Dynamite because remember, we've only got like 2 weeks till, not even that, till Full Gear. Full Gear is the 12th, right? We're on the 5th to 7th now. Jesus.
Full Gear's on the
Time
18th.
flies. 18th. Okay, whatever. We're on the 7th. That's 11 days. That's less than 2 weeks, right? So Wednesday on Dynamite, we have Eddie Kingston versus Ethan Page, right? That is part of the tournament, not a qualifying match.
Oh,
that is a
part
tournament
of
match,
the tournament,
right?
Okay.
Part of the tournament, right? Then we've got Bandito versus Roosh on Rampage. We also have Lance Archer versus Ricky Starks on Rampage, and Brian Cage versus Dante Martin on Rampage. Right? Those are all part of the tournament, not qualifying matches. These are all people who are in the tournament.
Okay.
Right? So the winner of Eddie Kingston versus Ethan Page will face the winner of Bandito versus Roosh. The winner of Lance Archer versus Ricky Starks will face the winner of Brian Cage versus Dante Martin. So let's just book this out here. Eddie Kingston versus Ethan Page.
Ethan Page.
I think they're building something for Ethan Page with the world title, so I think it goes to Ethan Page, right? Bandito versus Roosh. That's a tougher one. They just signed Bandito.
It's probably Roosh.
Roosh is the more established one, but like I said, they just signed Bandito. This could be a chance to showcase Bandito. I don't know. But let's say Roosh. That means Ethan Page versus Roosh in the semifinals, right?
Damn.
Lance Archer versus Ricky Starks. I think this is where you give Ricky Starks the win, right?
Yeah, what the fuck's Lance Archer been doing for like the longest while?
Jobbing. So,
elevating himself on Dark Elevation.
Brian Cage versus Dante Martin.
I would love Dante Martin, but I feel like it's Cage's win, unless there's a continuation of the Agony story.
Yeah, there might be. So let's say it's Brian Cage. Then you have Ricky Starks versus Brian Cage. Well, that's a tougher one to book, but if it's me, I want the final to be Ricky Starks versus Ethan Page. That's where I would end up at. So I'd have Ethan Page beat Roosh. I'd have Ricky Starks beat Brian Cage. The final at Dynamite before Full Gear would be Ricky Starks versus Ethan Page. Storyline-wise, either one of those could win, and it would be fun. But Mox is mostly a face. Deuces, Squash. Nice to talk to you.
Squash. Yeah, thank you for coming on in, bud.
Thank you for
Always
coming.
appreciated.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, enjoy taking those kids to school.
Yep.
But I would love to see Ricky Starks versus Moxley. But again, right now Moxley is a face, and so that'd be a face versus face because they definitely turned Starks face, right? So I think the one that makes more sense is Ethan Page. Ethan Page, plus he's a heel, so he can use heel tactics to get the win over Ricky Starks. And then the winner gets a match at Full Gear against the title holder.
Yeah, but Full Gear, they're already playing though. They already have a match. Isn't the finals at Full Gear?
It says on the graphic. I just closed the graphic, so I gotta pull up the graphic again.
Grr, I'm mad about having to use computers.
Mad about doing this again. I gotta find the graphic that I used. Because the problem is they reused much of the same graphic from last year's.
Oh, really? Okay.
So the bracket looks very similar. There we go.
I just want to point out that I've had that stupid song stuck in my head since JLB had to say something.
Which one?
All I want for Christmas.
Oh. Mariah, this is just the beginning, good sir.
Oh,
wait.
No, you're right. The final is at Full Gear.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Look at this better.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. What did you say?
I said you're right. You're right.
Oh,
There's-
thank you.
Winter receives the title at Winter is Coming. Just put it at the bottom there.
Oh, fair enough. There we go.
So cut off when I was looking at it before. So the final is at Full Gear. Winter is Coming, which is, I think, a week after Full Gear.
December. It's I think it's like December 13th or something. December, whatever, that Wednesday, second week of December.
Winter is Coming is my favorite non-pay-per-view event. And the reason being, everybody expects there to be a surprise because there was the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what?
Oh, who's going to be the surprise this time?
The surprise is
Oh,
there is
fucking
no
nobody.
surprise.
Okay.
Like, I'm surprised it wasn't CM Punk on the last Winter is Coming. I was like, oh, this would have been perfect for Winter is Coming to keep that going. But no. Got to be on
He was-
Rampage.
He was already there by Winter is Coming last year.
No, I mean like last Winter is Coming.
Yes, the last
Like,
Winter is Coming.
the
he
one
was already
before
there.
that. I'm saying the
The
one.
one before that was Sting.
Oh, was it? Oh, shit. Okay.
Yes.
My bad.
So they've only had 2 Winter is Coming so far.
Could have fooled me with all their special events.
I thought it was a special thing just for Sting until the second time.
Until they did it again, and they're like,
I was like,
I
I
guess
guess
it's now
they're
a
going to
thing.
surprise us with Bray Wyatt. Nope, that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Because that was the speculation at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been
They
fucking awesome.
Keep us guessing. I don't have any cards to open this week because the only cards I can find in town right now
Stupid NXT
are the
2.0.
NXT 2.0 ones, and frankly, I was not
had the same issue this week.
impressed with. I mean, quality wise, they're fine, but when you've been opening the prisms. And you're like, ooh, the prisms. And then you look at these, they're like, they're kind of plain.
You know how
And,
stupid you look when you're standing there staring at the cards selection area and you walk back and forth? Like you walk all the way over to the Pokemon cards because you're like, maybe
there's some
AEW
down
got
here.
put
Right?
on the
Yeah,
spot.
I've done that.
There's some down here.
Oh,
Maybe,
and then you're
maybe
like,
they've got some down here.
oh, what's this? Oh, that's UFC.
Oh, yeah, they
Oh,
got
oh,
they got an absolute
oh my
fuck
gosh.
ton of UFC.
This is something you need. Nope, that's hockey.
Yeah, you got a fuck ton. Oh, this one says Prism. No, it's NBA Prism. Damn it.
Every single one of them. Every single one of them.
And here's the deal. I'm still pissed. I opened 90 fucking cards, and it says, look for Blaster exclusives, autographs, and memorabilia. And they didn't even throw me one. 90 fucking cards, and there wasn't a single, like...
Also,
Here.
90 fucking cards. Ugh.
I mean, buddy, it's just like that Monopoly game for at McDonald's. You know what I mean? Oh, where's that Park Place? It's the only one that I'm missing. I want to win that grand prize.
Boardwalk's the winning.
Boardwalk's the hard one.
Sorry,
Fuck.
it's the Boardwalk is the hard one.
Park Place is all over the fucking place to get people
Park
to
Place
come
is
back
all
and buy
over
more.
the place. Exactly. Oh, fucking.
Hey, McRib is back though, huh?
For the last
Hashtag-
time, it's farewell tour. Whoa.
I don't even think we have the
Hashtag
McRib back
sponsor.
here. I think that's just a States thing.
Well, it would. Yep, that would make sense. considering
Well, no,
it
but I
is
mean, we had it last year, though, so I don't know.
fucking
I'll,
garbage.
I'll
go to
if you
McDonald's
honestly
tomorrow.
believe that McDonald's is going to get rid of the McRib forever, I've got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you.
It just won't be back
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, they'll have it gone
Yeah,
for a
exactly.
while to create the false scarcity, and then they'll be able to do. It's just like fucking Taco Bell did with the Mexican pizza.
Ugh.
They'll just be like, due to popular demand, it's back.
That's
we brought
it.
it back because everyone
And I
wanted
mean,
it.
And I mean,
But
to be
nobody
frank,
wanted it. Like, is that like if they did that with Doritos Locos Tacos, we have a conversation to have.
They still
That was
technically, at
wild.
least here, have the nacho cheese Doritos Locos Tacos. They need to bring
It's the
back
only good one
Cool
there is,
Ranch.
bud. Oh
They
no,
need
that
to bring
Diablo was pretty good.
Now, I'm a Cool Ranch man. Cool Ranch.
Really, as a taco?
Ranch. Yes, it was fucking fire.
I don't like them as a chip, let alone as a taco.
They were awesome. They were awesome.
You know what else needs to come back? KFC needs to bring back that double decker with the bacon, cheese, and two.
oh,
KFC
wait, didn't
patties.
they call that shit the heart attack sandwich or something? Or is like,
Well, I mean, it knocks on the door of it, bud. It's like going to King Kong and
No.
getting their four patty burger. You don't have King Kong in Canada. King Kong has
There's a restaurant called King Kong.
Yes, and it has.
They do burgers and gyros.
They do burgers and gyros. They are half-pound patties that are the size of a paper plate, and you can get up to 4 of them on a burger with like 3 slices of cheese per patty. So you would have 12 slices of cheese, 2 pounds of beef, a bun that is unnecessarily large, and mayonnaise.
You're making me hungry.
I wonder if they have one in Toronto. I'm kind of down to try that.
It may even be regional. I don't know.
It might be regional. Give me 1 second.
Oh boy.
You're going to look it up?
Yep. That's worth looking up right there.
It is a 2-pound burger, and it is not good.
Oh, it's not good.
Oh no, you should. If you want 2 pounds of burgers, go to Five Guys and order 3 of them.
Fair enough. You know what? I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna have Five Guys for lunch tomorrow.
I think King Kong Burger must be local because their website only shows 4 locations. 3 of them in Omaha and 1 in Lincoln.
3 in Omaha. Yep.
That's what I'm saying, because I've never heard of a King Kong before. So,
Well,
granted, we
go
don't
to
have a
their
lot of
website.
stuff. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. They obviously have photos. I'll definitely have to check that out.
Oh yeah, there's nothing about it that's delicious. It's not. It is not the best of anything.
I gotta be
really?
honest.
Okay.
I don't know if I've even ate there in fucking years, so I don't know.
Since you've been living in Omaha, you haven't eaten there?
Nope.
Right across from the zoo, bud.
Yeah. You know what
This
also
is
is right
Zestos.
across from the zoo? Fucking McDonald's. It's a little bit farther down.
And it's
You
also
gotta go to
probably
Zestos.
cheaper.
If you're going to something directly next to the zoo, go to Zestos, get a dog.
I don't even remember if Zestos is still open.
I think there's 1 or 2 in Omaha still. 1 in Lincoln.
Because the one out in Elkhorn flat out fucking closed.
You know who should buy Zestos? This is local. This is Nebraska stuff only. I'm sorry to the people who are listening going, what the fuck are these guys talking about? But I truly believe that Broncos should buy Zestos. Because they need their phenomenal shakes. And why not add hot dogs to the menu that has fried chicken and burgers?
Yeah, the Zestos in Omaha, the closest one to the zoo is clear up on 480.
Oh, so it's not there anymore.
Clear up north. Basically by Dodge. Almost.
Okay.
It's almost to Cumming Street.
Come on now.
These are some Nebraska originals that aren't like the cliche Nebraska originals. There's 2 cliche Nebraska originals. One of them's pretty good, and that's Runza. The other one is Valentino's, which is quite possibly the worst pizza you will ever eat in your life.
Agreed.
Their pasta
that
sauces
name
are pretty
sounds
stellar,
horrible. Valentino's.
I
feel like
will
we have
say
a
Valentino's
here.
in Lincoln is better than Valentino's everywhere else.
Look, King Kong Burger. Even their like made for their website pictures aren't good.
They do serve crappy T-bones.
And a chicken salad. And a gyro
Oh,
plate.
there's also Amigos in Nebraska, and that's pretty stellar.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Amigos.
That's a good Tex-Mex place.
Look at this. They've got 6 pictures up to show
Look
off
at that
their menu.
gyro sauce. The
6
amount of gyro
pictures
sauce.
to show off their menu. 2 of them are of the steak, because
Jesus.
one's a steak dinner and one's a steak dinner. 2 of them are the gyro, one's the gyro and one's the gyro plate. So all told, out of 6 pictures, they only show 3 different items.
4. Chicken salad, gyro, steak dinner.
And they don't
And
fucking
burger.
Photoshop their images to make it look more enticing.
Yeah, these fucking images are like no. This isn't even a Photoshop. A squished up bun. Going back to that one.
No, but that's what I mean,
Look
though.
at-
They
look
don't
at-
even colorize it and make it a little bit more pop out.
It's not even about the pop out. I'm talking about, look at that bun. That bun is fingerprint squished in on the side, right? It's not even an immaculate bun. It's not even, and it's half off the burger, fallen off the side. It's a bad picture, not a bad Photoshop, a flat out bad picture.
Yeah, that's fair.
So here's their menu.
Daily specials.
Sirloin,
Hashtag
still not
gyro,
sponsored.
By the way,
chicken gyro.
by the way, King Kong Burger.
And now you know why.
If you want to throw us a sponsorship, we will help you.
Yeah, if you want to throw up a sponsorship, we'll stop saying your food's shitty.
And we'll retake photos for you if you send us appetizers.
Whoa! I don't work for free.
How about a super Kong?
I beg to differ.
How about a super Kong?
I
I'll
want to
feed the whole
come.
family for a week.
Now, when it comes to my photography, I don't work for free. Anyways,
That's King Kong.
I don't know. Maybe JLB was not aware that I used to be a professional photographer.
Oh no, I wasn't. Okay, that's
So,
why I didn't get that. Okay,
Yes,
I mean, it was
a DJ,
purist
professional
trap.
photographer.
I had a studio. You didn't know I had a studio?
I knew that.
I
I'm
didn't-
just fucking with you.
I had a full-on studio, portrait and wedding photography.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do you do?
Well,
do you do? Dick
I
pics?
mean,
Give me the
I've
right
never
lens.
had a
I'll-
picture from the bottom, bud.
Yeah, give me the right lens. I'll see if I can see it.
that's well done.
I don't know. Do I need a telephoto or a macro? It's going to be the question.
I think I got it. No, that's a pubic hair.
Okay.
Oh,
But anyways, on that note, I think our ADHD is really starting to kick in, so it might be time for us to start wrapping this up. Before I just decide to start opening up some more action figures on air and be like, "Oh, here's Cody Rhodes."
I mean, you technically opened them all up already.
I haven't opened the Cody Rhodes or the Britt Baker up yet.
Oh, that's fair.
Look at this head sculpt on this Mr. T. Come on, focus. Focus.
Yeah, focus. Do the outro.
Focus. Focus on Mr. T. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay. There. On that note, yes, we're gonna go ahead and close the book.
Don't you
The
know?
wrestling booking unit. It's
hold
been
up,
it's
hold
been a
up.
very long
I
day.
gotta bring something up on screen
Oh,
here.
so someone's gonna bring something up. What's that? What's going on?
Oh, yeah. I gotta do a screen share. It takes me longer than it takes you because I'm not good at this. Not settings.
He's
What
not
the hell?
premature.
Present. It says
Yeah.
present.
Yeah. Chrome tab. Right here. Right there. Share. I gotta bring it on the screen now. This is Bronco Burger, and this may be the greatest burger joint in Nebraska.
Hashtag still not sponsored.
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
now
We
for
get
them-
sponsorship from here, and we will tell them all the good stuff. I don't know how their chicken is because their burgers are so good.
Mm.
My wife can talk about the chicken. She likes their chicken.
And that's
The
just a
Big
local
Bronco.
joint, right?
Yes.
Omaha only, 2 locations. The Big Bronco is effectively a Big Mac without sesame seeds or tomato, and it adds tomato. Only
Yeah.
better, would you
Yeah,
say?
it's
Significantly
basically
better.
it's like you said, it's a Big Mac. It like 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a bun.
What's the sauce though?
Thousand Island dressing.
Thousand Island dressing, which I'm gonna be honest with you, pretty damn close to Big Mac sauce.
Oh, okay.
I've never had a double pony. It looks like they get rid of the extra bread. I should get a double pony from now on. It's so good. Their burgers are so good. Again, I have no clue how good their Frankfurter is. And not a clue at all how good their chicken is.
Like I said, my wife likes their chicken.
Better than KFC?
My wife doesn't like KFC, so
Wow.
I'm excited though. I'm excited. I may have told you this. The fat guy coming out here. We're
Church is
getting a
coming to
Church's
town?
chicken.
Oh,
168th and Maple. So a bit of a
few more
drive
side
from where I am,
options.
but
Apparently they have chili this time of year. Did you know that?
chili today, hot tamale, chili today. Yeah, I got to be honest though. If I'm gonna get chili at a fast food place, I'm going to Runza.
I don't
Go
know,
to
man.
Wendy's. I loved Wendy's.
Nah.
Chili.
Wendy's
Nah,
has too
see-
many beans.
See, here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. You know you're not from Nebraska if you don't say Runza for your chili, because you got to do chili and a cinnamon roll. That's what you got to do.
I got yelled at for doing the cinnamon roll from Runza because it was the Miller and Payne,
Mm-hmm.
which is a sticky bun, not a cinnamon roll.
But they just don't have anything like it at Wendy's. So
No, that's
Seriously.
right. Any kind of cinnamon
Look at
bun.
this thing. Take the tomato off. Look at that thing. See how greasy it looks there, JLB?
Yeah,
The glistening.
that does look.
That's
delicious.
legit. It is legitimately that greasy.
Guys, if I ever go to Omaha, like I'm gonna stay there for what, like let's say maybe 3 days to 5 days. All
We
we're
will
doing
eat
is
there.
eating fucking everything,
yes, we'll eat. It's because here.
and we
See,
will
he
be
just
doing
gets done with
live reviews.
Yes. Well,
Zio's
first,
pizza is exceptional.
yeah, first we're gonna taco about wrestling after you eat some amigos.
Really, like if it's Omaha, isn't Abladeros the place?
I am not an Abelardo's.
Oh my god, I love it.
I don't.
So-
I don't hate it,
Guys,
I just-
this is
it's-
what we're gonna do. All right, because this is gonna be ultra fat ass trip. We're gonna pick your best spot and then your best spot, and we're gonna
And
fucking.
you're gonna judge them.
and I'm gonna
Yes.
judge him, and this is gonna be a whole live Twitch and everything.
So you got avocado ranch nachos, right?
Get rid of the avocado.
The cheesy ranch nachos. They used to have a chicken ranch nachos. That was really great. The
They
chicken
literally
soft
have a
taco.
chicken salad that I order 3 times a week. That chicken taco salad right there,
Mhm.
3 times a week. I'll have that. It's that
I'm a chicken soft taco guy. That's my
Which
favorite.
this is the chicken salad is that in a salad format, so less carbs for the guy who's trying to lose
Mhm.
weight.
Yeah, it's just not the taco salad. It's just the chicken. The crisp chicken burrito.
The crisp cheese burrito. Have you tried that?
I haven't tried the crisp cheese yet
Do it.
because I like the crisp chicken, but the crisp
Crisp meat
meat,
is also
burrito, the
stellar.
crisp pinto, a lot of people like. But then they
Right.
recently launched and keep it around often. The crisp crab burrito, which is a crab
Ooh.
rangoon burrito.
It's disgusting.
It's great.
It's disgusting.
Double crunch taco beef or chicken.
I don't know anybody who's ever eaten their enchilada dinners. Never.
I don't know if this is my favorite thing.
The fast packs?
These fast packs are so great.
$24 for just amazingness.
Yeah. So like in this
Eat
case, it's
amazing.
8.
How many
chicken
soft
soft
tacos
tacos.
you got?
8.
Okay.
8. 4 sides of their ranch, which that's important.
I don't think actually on their website DoorDash is $24. So on there it's probably $20 or $18.
But-
$16.
But I'm important. It's important to note that it's their ranch because
Their ranch
Amigos
is
Ranch
incredible.
hits different.
Pops.
But you could do combo burritos or crisp chicken burritos or crisp meat. There's the Fiesta Lime salad.
That's not as good as the taco salad without it.
The grilled grande burrito, Southwest Chicken's one of my favorites. I like that one a lot.
This place, it is pretty stellar for Tex-Mex. It is Tex-Mex. It's not authentic at all. Not even
Right.
close to fucking authentic.
Mexi
These,
fries.
the Mexi fries nachos down here,
Yeah.
they have ranch underneath, and it is so good.
They're really, really good. Now, I,
Oh my
I,
God.
I would have to say that something about the name Mexi Fries just seems racist to me. But I'm not one to say. So I
You
don't know.
teach them a lesson and eat it. eat all
But
of them
it's
so
what?
they can't have any more.
It's just fries with like.
It's just tots. It's
tater
tots
tots
with a little bit of a seasoning on it. But Amigos doesn't do as much seasoning as some places do. So
Okay.
But you have those Mexican fried nachos, and you tell me how that compares to poutine. It's probably better.
quesadilla burritos.
I'll maybe double check. We have a few Mexican joints here too. I'll see if there's a.
This is
something
also
here.
one of my favorites, the soft meat burrito.
This is considered a fast food restaurant, though, right? Not
Yes.
like a sit down. Okay.
I mean, you can sit there.
You can
No,
get
I
the
know,
street
but I mean
tacos.
more
My
of
wife
a-
really likes the street tacos.
They're gross because they have cilantro. Cilantro's stupid.
My wife is not of that thought process. Regular tacos.
And that taco salad is lights out.
Mhm.
Today's
$6
special was
meat
the
enchilada dinner because no one ever orders them.
They sold both of them.
Like, we got leftovers. Someone please buy these. We need someone to buy these enchiladas. Anyways, that was a good 20-minute side tangent on the food.
I'm sorry. When you get talking about Nebraska specific food, we do have some pretty fucking good fast food restaurants here.
Have we? I know we've mentioned to JLB Runza, but have we shown him a Runza?
No, let's open.
Yeah, I think you have.
No, we haven't shown you. We haven't shown you. I don't even care about going off screen because I want people to see my reactions to how amazing this food is. I'm gonna leave my screen up while I smoke.
Okay.
I'm gonna be on YouTube smoking.
We're gonna get content violation for showing too much food. This is the world famous Runza sandwich.
Oh my god, it's so
Yeah,
good.
yeah. You've shown me that.
So it's cabbage and onions and meat and a top secret spices in there, stuffed in and baked inside the bread. Inside the bread. This one has cheese because cheese makes everything better, but if you'd rather have an original, they have them there. Swiss mushroom are great. Spicy Jack, Southwest Runza, all good. Barbecue bacon Runza, cheeseburger Runza, BLT.
Nice.
Those things are
And that is just Nebraska.
yes. It
Best.
started here in Nebraska and kind of stopped here in Nebraska. Their burgers are
They
also
order
really
all their
good.
meat from the same place, and they're very, according to them, they're very picky about it. So,
Okay.
Their hamburgers are actually pretty darn good too.
stellar.
Really good there.
There's also the grilled smothered chicken, which is lights out.
Their French fries are crinkle fries, which are really good.
And they use a popcorn salt that's incredible. Their salads are good too. Again, I'm trying to lose weight. The smothered chicken right there. That is
Chicken.
oh
I like the barbecue grilled chicken sandwich.
What's this one with jalapenos down here? I don't know that I've ever tried that.
The
Spicy
spicy
Jack.
Jack grilled chicken.
I may have to do that without a bun tomorrow.
Yeah, no carbs.
Nope. Dude, if I eat carbs, I am messed up. Like, all right, now we're going to show you why, and I think you'll be able to tell by the visibility of it, of how bad this is. I'll scroll down. That's their pizza. Better note the crust. See right here, the crust? It is the worst crust and sauce on a pizza ever. Their toppings aren't bad.
Is that a flat crust or a rising crust?
Is it? That is a good question.
That's a really good question, and we don't know the answer to it. It's not a good crust.
Okay.
And for some reason, in their home-based town, which is Lincoln, they are better than everywhere else. But they are horrible everywhere else, and they aren't great in Lincoln.
Mhm.
Now they do
Well,
do
the big thing is-
sauces.
I'm actually a little surprised that Valentino's lasted through the pandemic because one of their biggest things was a buffet, an all-you-can-eat.
In the small
pizza
towns
buffet.
in particular, in the outside of Lincoln towns in particular.
And
Where's their menu?
like I don't know why you would go to Valentino's without going for the buffet, because at least on the buffet you get a little bit of your pizza, and then you get some of the dessert pizza, and you get some of the breadsticks, and some of the
Right.
lasagna, and some of the spaghetti.
How much is the buffet?
It's been so long since I've been there. I'm sure it's gone
Like
up
12,
since then.
$15 or something like that, I'm sure.
Yeah, it used to be like
Okay.
$8 for the buffet, but I'm sure it's a lot more now. Because here's the deal: I haven't been there in probably 10 years because
There's just nothing good there.
The pizza's legit. I mean, Smarts, you've had both CC's or Valentino's.
CC's, but it's been a long time for CC's too. So,
CC's is horrible. It's a $5 buffet.
yeah,
Oh my god.
it's a celebration of food.
That's Chi-Chi's, bud.
No, that's right. But here, I mean, the simple fact is, you come to Omaha, we're not eating Valentino's.
We're eating Zio's.
Yes.
And then there's Brick Oven out here that's really good. Out by me in Banjo Country.
Bada bing, 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 bing.
And not in Smarks' hometown. That
Bada bing,
place is
bing, bing,
terrible.
bing, 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 bing.
How far are you guys apart from each other?
2 hours. 2 hours and 12, 15 minutes, something like that.
This is
Depending on
Zio's
where I'm going
pizza.
in Omaha.
Zio's is New York style pizza.
And if you look, just show him one pizza, and I mean,
Trying to
it'll
find
be
a good.
obvious.
Do.
The higher
Of course,
quality.
they don't have
Like,
a
you
good
can
picture.
see the quality difference.
Let's go to menu pizza. But they got pizza. They got calzones.
This crust
this
actually looks fairly similar,
like,
but yeah.
yeah, the crust looks kind of right, like it's half risen almost, but it looks definitely more gourmet. Like they really appreciate
It's a much
their
better pizza.
their fucking pie.
Yeah. They also do calzones.
Nice.
Oh, why don't they have that cut open?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, here's a piece of bread. You should just cut
that's
it
a
open.
mistake
and-
on their thing.
Yeah.
I don't ever order the pasta there because they've got pizza. Why should I?
The
order
Valentino's
pasta?
has a pasta sauce that I will go get. Just the sauce. I'll buy it by the pint. So good.
You can go to Zio's and you can get half baked pizza and calzones, which means they're partially baked, but then you take them home and bake them the rest of the way, so
Oh.
you have them fresh when you're at home.
Okay, that's fair.
Like you could put it on the grill. Look at that pizza on the grill.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
a thing.
Welcome to America, motherfucker.
Welcome to America. We find ways to grill shit. Hey?
I don't know why they're using a brick oven there. Do the half baked. Put it straight on the
Yeah, fucking.
tines.
What's that? What's that fruit you're eating? Pineapple. We're gonna grill it. Right? You like mangoes? Have you ever tried grilled mangoes? If we don't grill it, we deep fry it. That's our two things. Right? Sometimes we do
Oh
both.
my god, deep fat fried Zios. Oh,
We're gonna grill it.
Runza. Can you imagine if Runzas were deep fat fried?
Yeah. Well, here's the deal.
Oh.
Well, why don't we do both? Grill it and then fry it.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think I'm leaving. I think I'm gonna have to get extra insurance and make sure I
Fuck.
am able to get like a helicopter back to Canada so I can use my own healthcare system.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely want that. You don't want to rely on ours.
Oh, that's too funny. That is way too funny.
Now there's also there's another pizza place here that I don't know if DA Fabe has ate. Possibly. It's called Lighthouse Pizza and Fries. Have you ever ate there?
No, I have not.
They get good pizza. The biggest thing is it's by the slice. You can order a full pie if you want to, but their big thing is pizza by the slice.
Go ahead and do yours, and then I'll show the pizza out here.
home of the 9-inch slice of pizza.
Oh shit!
That's bigger than my pubic hairs.
Oh my god!
I should hope so. And then they do these loaded fries. They're loaded not necessarily in the same way that you would think for like Putin. They're loaded with all sorts of other stuff. But so I really like the barbecue chicken. They do a mac and cheese.
Did you
pizza,
just
which is
name it
phenomenal.
after the Russian president? Is that what you just did right there?
Putin.
Yes.
Putin.
Now they do make Putin.
Which
Would you rather I
feel
pronounce it the American way, poutine?
I would.
Okay, they make a poutine, so you could try the American poutine. I prefer the Outlaw Super Fries, which are fries topped with a bunch of pulled pork, cheddar jack cheese sauce, barbecue sauce, and coleslaw. Oddly enough, I actually like it. I'm not a huge coleslaw guy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it depends on the meat. I don't mind. I don't mind me some coleslaw too, though.
All right,
But
so the
pulled pork
pizza
is
place
fucking
that's
delish.
the big place out by me is
see
a
if I can-
one share. Oh, there you go. Show
There's
them,
a
show
big
those.
pizza.
Yeah, that looks like it might be better than Zio's.
It's pretty up there. I still like Zio's better overall, but Lighthouse also has a dipping sauce that you serve with their pizza. That stuff there, that's pretty.
I like that logo.
pretty
That was a
freaking
nice
great.
logo.
Look at there. There's some loaded fries.
They do better photo work than Zio's, that's for sure. Like this,
They
that's
definitely do.
That's very
Straight
artistic.
That's
they
the
can
Outlaw
do it.
fries over there. Look at those pizza slices. And they've got a drive-through.
Nice. Oh, look at them being so creative with their fucking photos. That's how you do it, though.
there we go. That one pizza is enough to tell you why Wave Pizza in Grand Island, Nebraska is just
Is that like a
lights
Philly
out.
cheesesteak pizza? I feel like that's.
I don't know which one this is. Their names are weird on their stuff. This also is a horrible website, just so you know. If we go to order now, then you can see their menu. That's the only photo you're getting. Online ordering not open right now. That gives you an idea what we're talking about here.
This is called what, though?
Wave Pizza Company, and they're brick oven pizza, and it is lights out. And that's the only picture you're getting, motherfucker. Because we don't do anything well on the internet here, except for take one picture that looks lights out.
Yeah, I feel like that's a
It
Philly
tastes-
cheesesteak pizza, though. That's
No,
not mushrooms.
that's chicken right there.
Yeah, there's chicken.
Okay,
Looks
yeah.
like olives.
It's olives.
Banana
Looks like
peppers, maybe.
Banana peppers, maybe. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But they name them after Hawaiian surf locations.
Oh,
So onion, that's onion right there. I don't see any green peppers. Maybe that's a green
no,
pepper.
I
not
don't see
banana pepper.
anything green on here at all.
That might be a green pepper instead of a banana pepper. Maybe.
Maybe.
Looks like a little chunk of looks like crab, but it's probably pepperoni or something right here. And then in the town that my son goes to school is a fantastic Nebraska style pizza. And Smarks would tell you, shit.
You gave away my name.
I know.
Use my government name.
Smarks would tell you
It's okay.
that Nebraska style pizzas are just really thick pizzas. Lots of topping. Like thick pizzas.
Nice.
We actually
I'm
gained
fucking
a viewer talking about the food in Nebraska.
That might have been the Aslomar State Beach pizza.
Oh, are you looking at their menu?
Mm-hmm.
Have you had Wave before?
I don't know if I've had wave, but
That would be worth bringing out to you. It's that good. And there's a couple places that have Nebraska style pizza in them. They're small places.
Wave legit only has one location. It's only out in your area.
Oh yeah, only one town.
Oh,
They
okay.
used to have 2 locations. They sold one to another pizza place. But the guy owns like 7 restaurants in the large town out here of 50,000 people called Grand Island.
No. God damn. I just want to look at their full official menu, and they're like, "Oh nope, we're not open for online delivery right now." I'm like, I know you're not. I just want to see the.
Yeah, but it's weird. You can't just look at the menu.
Like maybe I'm planning for next weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that definitely looked like chicken.
Chicken, black olives, and onions, we know for sure are on it.
Because the Asilomar Beach, State Beach, is Alfredo sauce with chicken, mushrooms, basil, and 4 cheese.
There wasn't any mushrooms on that.
Pretty close, but yeah, I wasn't 100%. But the thing is, I'm not seeing any that specifically say olives at all.
All right.
They've got the Santa Cruz slider pizza that's got wing sauce, chicken, green peppers, onion, and cream cheese.
And he is what? Oh, it's you guys, Nebraska, right?
Yeah.
I'm on their Facebook.
Yes.
They fucking do a lot of.
Bell's Beach is phenomenal. That's their vegetable haters or meat lovers.
And who knows, that really
They
could
got
have
a
been
picture of their like real curved pepperoni.
Anyways, we have spent now 30 minutes talking about food on this podcast. We should just do a spin-off podcast, Fat Guys on Food. That should be us.
I think we can do it. I actually told my kid the other day says he wants to be a podcaster, and he just thinks it's going to be easy to be a Mr. Beast. And I was like, dude, no, that doesn't work that way. You got to have something that you know. He's like, well, I know. He goes into like Minecraft, which he's 9, so he has a whole lifetime less experience than everybody else who plays Minecraft on websites, and also a dying breed.
Well, and here's one of the things that he doesn't have that Mr. Beast had: a large disposable income to start off. Because you know how Mr. Beast got started and got enough followers? By giving away lots of money.
Correct.
He started doing these, I'm going to give this random homeless or hard up on life person $1,000.
He also doesn't have that friend who has that. So like Preston or anybody like that.
Because he knew eventually he would be able to get more money coming in from sponsorships and ads than he was giving out in these videos, right? So Mr. Beast recently, I almost called him Mr. Bean, different guy altogether. Mr. Beast recently was at the world premiere for Black Adam, and he did a bet with The Rock on rock, paper, scissors.
Oh yeah, for 10 grand to a charity.
It was way more than 10 grand.
Probably 100 grand.
I think it was 500 grand. But I want to be certain here.
Anyway, I told my kid the thing, if you want to do something, a 9-year-old doing burger reviews and you are a burger aficionado kid, do it.
Mr. Beast
$100,000.
56 million.
100 grand. Okay.
Yeah.
All of his wealth is generated from his online business, including YouTube channel, storefront.
Now, he gets some of it now from Ghost Kitchens, which we can talk about in a second. The big thing, he bet The Rock $100,000 that he could beat him in rock paper scissors. Says if you win, I'll donate $100,000 to whatever charity you want. And then The Rock eventually said, "Tell you what, if you win, I'll donate $100,000 to whatever charity you want." And in the end, Mr. Beast won, and then still donated $100,000.
Yep.
But he did that because he knew that video alone online
Was going to get 5 million views.
was going to get 5, 6, 7, 8 million views, and be able to generate enough income outside of that. He also does these ghost kitchens, which I don't know if you're familiar with at all.
Beast Burger. Yep.
Mr. Beast Burger. But ghost kitchens are when a currently active restaurant that sells one type of food also signs up to sell another type of food exclusively through things like DoorDash, and Grubhub and whatever, right? So they don't actually have a location where you can walk in and sit down. Mr. Beast Burger, there's one here in Omaha.
There's one in Grand Island. Perkins.
The one in Omaha is a Red Robin. It's actually a Red Robin.
Yep.
Red Robin or whatever company, in the case of
We'll do it in
the
Beast
Grand
Burger
Island.
style.
Yes, they just sign up with Mr. Beast. They get the menu that Mr. Beast sets up,
Which
for
is
the
like
franchise.
4 items. It's not
just
very
a couple
much.
different things, and then you order it on the DoorDash, and they deliver it, and you get it. And so he gets money because it's franchising. He gets royalties from it and
But he doesn't have
franchise payments.
to. He only has one brick and mortar, and it's in New Jersey.
Yep, he doesn't have to do basically shit for it. And now he didn't originate Ghost Kitchens because if you I bet you if you look on Grubhub or DoorDash or whatever one you want in Montreal, you can find a couple of these like Pasquale's Pizza. Pasquale's Pizza. It's a old style, home style pizza. Everything. Do you know what Pasquale's Pizza is?
I don't. But I guess I imagine it's like just baked in the old style.
It's Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
It's fucking Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
But here's the deal: is they know nobody is going to order a Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Nobody goes to Chuck E. Cheese for the food. They go to make their kid
It's happy and
happy
fucking-
and lose a bunch of money on stupid arcade games.
Right.
And so they're like, "Oh, Pasquale's Pizza." Then people will order this old style, pizza. It's the same shit. But there's dozens of them. Like, seriously, if I fire up Grubhub and start looking through, I guarantee you I can find like half a dozen restaurants that I'm like, I don't recognize this restaurant. And then you Google the address it lists, and it's actually a different restaurant.
Yep.
Oh,
Ghost
really?
Kitchens absolutely exploded during the pandemic. Because as these restaurants started looking for ways to make money when they couldn't have people in store, they realized that, well, I can franchise a Pasquale's Pizza for my Chuck E. Cheese, and now I have 2 revenue streams coming in, but it's really just one business. So
And you can still get pizza,
yep.
but you're not getting Chuck E. Cheese pizza. You're getting Pasquale's. Because ain't nobody ordering a burger from Perkins out here. They'll get a Beast Burger.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Perkins is.
Oh, who
Something
was that?
fell.
Did you
Let's
don't
see.
know
here.
what
drop the light again?
No, it was in my house.
Oh,
So
Not cool.
you can find some places called Cosmic Wings, which are actually a ghost kitchen run out of Applebee's.
Ha!
Conviction Chicken is a ghost kitchen for TGI Fridays. There's 2 different ghost kitchens, Burger Den and Meltdown, that are both brands owned and operated by Denny's.
Garbage. Ugh.
Uh,
I hate Denny's.
I've only had
Fresh-
their breakfast.
yeah, I hate Denny's too. Fresh Set, Chicken and Sammy's, and the wing department are all ghost kitchens operated by Red Robin. Just Wings and Maggiano's Italian Classics are ghost kitchens operated by Chili's. I mentioned Pasquale's Pizza and Wings is Chuck E. Cheese. Rotisserie Roast is Ghost Kitchen from Boston Market. Tender Shack that
Does
sells
Boston
chicken
Market
tenders.
still exist somewhere?
Apparently, yeah, not here.
No.
Tender Shack is a ghost kitchen operated that sells chicken tenders, and it's Outback Steakhouse. It's Outback Steakhouse that sends
Chicken tenders.
chicken tenders. This one at least makes a little sense. Thigh Stop, where you can get chicken thighs,
From Wingstop?
is a ghost kitchen by Wingstop. You can get wings or thighs. Thrilled Cheese and Megadilla are ghost kitchens operated by IHOP.
I want to create a mac and cheese brand at the Ghost Kitchen from people.
Wow Bao.
Different kinds of mac and cheese.
This one's actually crazy. Wow Bao, which I don't know if you've ever had bao, but it's a Asian steamed pork
there's
dumpling.
a pad thai place that's in Grand
Okay.
Island that I can't find, so it's probably that.
Yep. Wow Bao, Wingville, and Macaronyville are all ghost kitchens operated by Fazoli's.
Really?
Fazoli's really thinks we're gonna get fucking Asian bao from them? Apparently they do.
Oh wow.
And I'm sure it's all bag and boil food.
Yeah.
Or stuff you can throw in a fryer.
But
Fazoli's is like just what? It's like
fast food Italian.
Okay.
It's really
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah, it's actually good. I really like for fast food Italian.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
We're not talking like high-end 5-star kitchen Italian food.
No, we're
But-
not even talking 3-star Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Better
but-
bang for your buck.
But yeah, you can. We've got a Fazoli's nearby. You can drive through and you can get a meal for 4, a family meal that comes with 2 different types of pasta, 2 different sauces, and breadsticks for $21. That's great.
That's pretty fucking good. Yeah.
And seriously, for my family of 3 here, that's enough that we have leftovers for the next day.
What is going on in your house?
See what that is. Hold on.
Anywho, well, while he is going to figure out what that is, let's finally wrap things up. Let's focus.
I feel like we should wait to see if he's okay first, and we have proof of someone breaking in his house.
Focus. I'm not gonna get distracted. I got the blinders on now.
No, don't do
So-
anything. I still think
so-
we should just wait for him.
Yeah,
to
I don't care
come
what you
back.
think. I gotta go. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. We got an ad that starts in a minute, so we got to get the good going. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe wherever you are listening or watching this. Whether you joined us live for the live stream on Twitch, or whether you're watching the replay on YouTube, or listening to it on the podcast, whatever podcast platform you do. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for sitting through our entire weird hour-long de-evolution into talking about food.
I'm hungry.
So make sure to support us by sharing, and subscribing. You can support us in other ways, like subscribing on Twitch. If you are a Amazon Prime member, you get 1 free subscription per month for free. Doesn't cost you anything extra. Throw it our way, and it supports us that way.
We'll appreciate it.
We appreciate it a ton. It helps us in ways you can't imagine. Because putting on a podcast is a lot of work and requires a lot of stuff and lights and microphones and headphones and shit. You can also support us by buying merchandise. We got the 2 merchandise stores, the Stream Elements and the Spreadshirt. Both of them are in our link tree, so you can go to our link tree that's on our page there, wherever we're in the doobly-doos. to get to them. Support us by buying some of the merch there. You can leave us a tip. You can support us on Twitch by sending bits. Big JC sent us a bunch earlier in this show. So there are great ways to do that. A lot of ways to support us. But the biggest way to support us is coming and watching our streams and chatting with us and having a good time. So we do our
You paused really wrong there. The biggest way to support us is coming.
Yes, coming. That's a great way to support us.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, JLB wanted to come on screen earlier, and I figured that wasn't a good idea. But
By the way, everything's okay? What was moving in your house?
So I have a old entertainment center that I'll never use down in my laundry room that I use for storage, and there was extra spare tiles for my kitchen and a microwave sitting on it, and it just fell.
How?
Huh?
How? Nothing's moving
the
down there.
ghost light. Anyways,
Ooh.
you can also support us by following us on the social medias. You can follow me at Raw and Order WBU. That's on Twitch. That's on TikTok. That's on YouTube. That's on Instagram. The only place it's not on is Facebook, where it's at Pissant Podcast, because whatever reasons. I don't know. You can follow DA Fabe at
DA Vincent K. Fabe. Scissor me, daddy ass. It's only on Twitter.
and you can follow JLB at
Damn it. You can follow me at twitch.tv/JLBTLC25. All the rest of the links will be down below in the doobly-doos. I am late on my movie reviews. I've watched a few more. I really got to get on that. But yeah,
yes,
but twitch.tv.
and then you can review that Italian softcore porn.
Oh my God. Right. You got to remind me about that one. I'll definitely check it out.
Mana. Do, 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 do. Mana,
It's so weird. What a stupid fun fact.
Mana. Do.
It wasn't a Muppets theme song first. It was a softcore porn. Yep. Listen to me, daddy ass. Let's outro. Let's go.
Anyways, but on that note, we're going to go ahead and close the book on the Wrestling Booking Unit. We will be back in just a couple days for our Fantasy Booking Institute, where we will fantasy book some shit. I don't know what yet. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
right?
we'll
I
figure
might
it
be
out
back before then because I've started live streaming me playing a Skyrim, because why the fuck not? Because I got it set up here. So you
know what you should also set up? Actual fucking, like, it just says you're chatting still. You should also set up your stream management as well on what you're playing.
I did. You didn't come to my last one. I had it set up. It said, "Come join me and talk about this." And
why are we still talking about coming?
Because I want people to come. I want them to be happy. Aren't you happy when you come? If not, I have questions.
Sometimes I'm angry. It's a lot of fun.
He hate comes. It's not the same as hate sex, but you know.
By the way, just in a total off note, because I saw this and it reminded me of it. If you were wondering why MVP was not at Crown Jewel with Omos, it's because he is a former Muslim turned atheist, and that is punishment by imprisonment and death in Saudi Arabia. And so he did not go. Much like Sami Zayn, probably not a good idea for him to go to Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Anyway,
Mansoor surprisingly wasn't there, though.
Yeah, they didn't have the typical Mansoor wins in Saudi Arabia moment.
No. You think it's maybe because of his character, and they're like, "Oh no, we're not going to bring him there," because,
or maybe they just felt their show was pretty stacked and they didn't need it. I mean, in fairness, people were the weirdest thing.
People were on point.
There were Sami Zayn chants in Saudi Arabia from the crowd.
There's a lot of changes happening in the Middle East right now. I mean, not to get political, but Iran with the what are they called? Protest.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty big deal right now.
Well, yeah, it's a pretty big deal, but we don't know how big of a deal it is because
I gotta
they've
check
cut
those
off the
Sami
internet.
Zayn chants though.
Yeah, he wasn't even
wild.
there.
Right, obviously. Not, yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, you still have an authoritarian government who would not
probably
like a Libyan? Is that
Syrian?
Syrian.
Mm-hmm.
Who had
who
Syrian descent? He's not actually Syrian. He
wasn't born in Syria, but his parents were Syrian. So
yes.
But he has a charity that sends money to Syrian refugees.
Yeah.
It is legitimately a thing of his, and they're not too happy about that. So, anywho's, but on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you soon.
Scissor me, daddy ass. Oh, sorry. Hold on. There we go.
See, I got this way.
There you go. Three-way scissor.
Ciao.